started up the stream.
Okay.
Nice.
Don't want
Let's
Rosie
do
to
some-
yell at me.
So let's just do some. She's in the living room with fucking her butter chicken staring at the TV that's probably not even turned on yet. Man, pre-game stuff, guys. Quick reminder again. Not this upcoming week now, like on the 11th, but on the 18th there is no game. And that is, for a lot of reasons, Kaz is not going to be here, so forth and so on. Also, I think the 11th is probably the last session that we have in this arc, which would leave the 25th, the 2nd, and the 9th of December if people want to do one-shot games during our Christmas break, which is going to be a 6-week long break in all likelihood.
Oh, that's a long time.
It is. We're probably looking to resume on like January 6th. So again, I certainly hope that people are thinking, if they want to run a one shot during those next couple of weeks, I would love that. Let's fucking do it. But I have a lot of shit to prep.
Maybe.
Maybe. You were not here when I said that we give a geomancy card to Warren, who people basically said that it was a pleasure seeing the differences between player versus care, or player versus character rather. It's been a long day for me, guys. I apologize. I'm going to be a little bit out of sorts. While Warren is very full steam ahead, and we know that while the player is sort of like looking to today's game with some apprehension, it is very clear that he's trying to separate what his character would do from what his player feels like, and people have been really impressed by him staying true to the character. So Warren got a fucking geomancy card because that was number 8.
Thanks.
Kyvius is also 1 vote away, but only one person voted for you this week, Kyvius, unfortunately.
It's okay. Kyvius didn't do a very good job last week.
It was a non-votey based
week. It was a poor performance from Kyvius last week. Let's hope he can redeem himself this week.
Fucking Ash is like, wait, I voted for him. Did you see it? Yes, Ash, you're the person I'm talking about. Yes, very good. A little bit of pregame stuff, guys. About 20 sessions ago, I had asked. Yeah, you'll remember this though.
Uh-oh.
About 20 sessions ago, I had asked if you believed, and I think everybody was here for this. I don't recall what Erie's answer was. I think Claire might have been the only person who was not here. But I had asked you guys if you believe the group has somebody that you consider to be a leader. The example that I gave was like proof of leadership would be somebody who could like settle an argument between two PCs fighting, where they could just intervene and be like, hey, person A, person B, that's enough, fucking drop it, and both parties would do so out of respect. And the answer at that point in time, this is the wrong song, my apologies. The answer at that point in time was a resounding, unanimous yes. So this week I wanted to revisit that question. I want you to sort of think about your answer back then and tell me if you feel the same way about that same person now, and why or why not.
Just a quick question. Did we say out loud who that person was, or we were kept to keep it to ourselves at that time?
You didn't say who the person was. Just a yes or no. Is there somebody in your mind at that point in time who is the group leader? And everyone said yes. And I want you to sort of think of that same person and tell me if you still feel the same way about them and why or why not.
I'm trying to remember who I thought of.
That is the boat I'm in.
That's not a good sign.
Because my answer is yes, I definitely think there's a group leader. I think his leadership style is much different than what you would typically classify as a leader.
His or her.
His or her. Sorry, wait, I'm sorry. I'm speaking of, I guess, yeah, I'm thinking in the player sense. His or her. But,
No, it's fine, we know.
I don't know. Yeah, you're right, Warren's out. Yeah, I don't know if it was who I was thinking of last time.
So I actually think that I had a solid answer in my mind last time. I feel like it's changed. I feel like no, we don't have a solid leader. I feel I hate to paint an allegory to a non-in-game reference, but it feels kind of like how Team Cardinal Grog was.
Like different people have like different chunks of responsibility, but no one really like the figurehead.
And we come to consensus somehow miraculously.
I'm hoping that pulls through today.
It does seem somewhat miraculous. By the way, it just so happens that my game is currently on the music panel, and fuck you, Steel.
It was a song that I had queued up just in case.
I never realized I could see the name of the song there.
Oh God! Don't
like-
look at that.
They're great. I look at them every time.
I don't agree with that name. Like mediocre, if anything.
Well, it made Garrow the Great, so.
My God.
Any other answers?
The Great Ka is like a subprime mortgage from a car dealership.
Yikes.
I'll agree with what Ash said. I feel like back when I answered, I can't even remember who I was thinking of, but I think right now the answer is closer to what like Ash was kind of like trying to express, in that the waters have like muddied, certainly. Like I think we see sparks of like ideas when characters come up with an idea, and then like everyone kind of rallies behind that, but it's not like a uniform, the same person every time kind of thing.
I'm pretty sure that I thought no before, and I think character-wise, I think yes now, to an extent, but I think he's hoping it changes in the future. If I could be so vague.
No, that's fine.
My Discord is super loud. Or not Discord.
Oh, sorry about that. I will adjust.
Wasn't the music. Just my browser is really loud.
To restart the song here so it loads for me. There we go. And then Erie and Shay.
Jay answered.
Oh right, I'm sorry. Erie and just Erie. And Morgaine.
I think it's a little bit more complicated than just having a leader. It's more of like there are people whose input were multiple people's opinions and inputs can have a bigger influence on what we decide to do, really. But it's not like one just de facto leader or face of the group.
That's just laissez-faire, right?
And then Morgaine.
I would say yes.
Is that it?
Yeah, like I think right now he perceives the individual as a important figure in the party, and that they help course correct more often than not. And that's what he often sees in a leader. Not this. His version of a leader isn't someone that says you do this and you do this. No, it's someone that helps guide in a better direction.
I like that insight. It's cool.
Well. So the Stair of Penance. That is a name and a place that you are already sick of. Several long hours had passed with you agonizing over a bizarre runic glyph puzzle that even now, after solving it, you barely understand. Some of you had perhaps expected this cavernous tunnel to be trapped, but the bruise on Warren's shin isn't really expecting what you were planning to have come out of it. And a showdown against extra-planar magic-eating monstrosities raised a few odd questions despite not really having time to think about it. What are they doing here imprisoned? What was this place's purpose? What were the countless crystalline shards that seemed to carry memories or hints of a soul? But there was really no time to reflect on any of this, not while you were staring at the cavern passages all around you, realizing the gap between your own forward progress and the group of the military-driven Ka behind you is shortening by the hour. Ever since things had started to go wrong for our heroes, the reality of a confrontation became more and more inevitable. And now it was here. I don't have anything else to recap. This is where you've chosen to make a stand. Who speaks first?
Shay will.
Oh.
And Warren,
Meow.
Yeah?
Shireen.
Meow.
Yeah?
Warren, she was just in my head. Warren, she knows.
Great! That's really fantastic. Is Binks doing an impression of the ravens? She's doing a good job of it.
He's just rolling around in the grass, enjoying himself, rather.
Wait, where are the birds on this map?
There aren't any.
That's even more unsettling.
Warren, she knows, and you're
Meow.
the only one else that knows.
Meow.
There's...
Meow.
It's a lot of...
Meow.
Steel, you okay?
I'm fine, go ahead.
Okay. It's an awful
Meow.
lot of detail to have suddenly... How could... Okay. Accurately?
Warren, she knows.
Good. Okay, we don't have much time. I look to the rest of the group. We need, before they get here, we need to be, at least, I think, sort of on the same page with what we're deciding to do. Right? That seem fair?
Absolutely, but I also think it wouldn't be a bad idea to reserve some time to kind of scout this area and know our terrain better than them, yes?
Be good. I'd also probably, Shireen's powers, I think, are pretty similar, at least in some ways, to Erie's. If I know anything about Erie, whatever formation y'all decide on, spread out.
Oh, Jesus Christ, please no. I've already been tossed about once. I don't need it to happen again.
I don't know if she can do that, but I hope
They're
not.
spying on us somehow.
Meow.
It's not out of... They tracked our movements without us having any markings or anything either. The Cult army tracked everywhere we went. And being able to spy isn't unusual, but in here? I don't know.
Is there anything wrong, Binks?
He just rubs up against you. Just wants attention.
Awkward. 3 awkward pats, but they're not like pats, they're like little piston things.
So, I mean, are we going to just arm ourselves strategically in this area? What's our plan? Create a choking
Well,
point?
I think first off, Warren wants to make sure we're all on the same page about something, and I want to know what that is before we start pulling out strategy.
Sorry to jump
Speak-
ahead.
so-
I'm getting
No,
just getting antsy.
I'm with you. I'm completely. I'm nervous right now, and I'd like us to be prepared. But Warren seems to have a thought, and I just want to make sure we're considering all options here.
I just wanted to say out loud that if anybody disagrees with this statement, we don't trust Shireen. We cannot go anywhere with her, but we'd be willing to give Zolt, Garo, and Kana a chance, and we'd be willing to talk with them. But with the line pretty clearly drawn at Shireen and what she's done.
And I'm assuming Polonius is just not a chance of talking there.
Off the table.
I wish we could talk to him.
Like, the big guy's a jerk, but, like, hasn't done anything wrong that we're aware of. So really, it's Shireen that we just need to know what her deal is.
I absolutely agree. We should absolutely give Zolt and Kana another chance.
And Garo.
What? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What?
I'm sorry, who's Garo?
Exactly, Binks. Exactly. You know what? Yes, you feel free to nibble his little bits off.
I just, Shade just told me that apparently Shireen has been sending, messages and talking. So she's probably going to try and divide us like she did remember when we were pretty close to convincing Kana to get on our side and she made Kana flip her shit? Probably more of that.
You think it's a kind of mind control or suggestive? Or what do you think it is?
She knows things that she shouldn't know.
Yeah. I was about to jump ahead and say I have no idea about abilities to read minds, but do I?
I feel like there are people in Epitaph who have been able to demonstrate, again, just the ability to sort of skim surface thoughts and things. And you know about this because people in Epitaph pretty much banned them from all card games and things like that. And most of them ended up trying to head north to High Helm at that point in time to see if they could scam their way into a cushy job being the prophet for the king. And most of them just didn't come back, took jobs as mercenaries or working as soldiers, or ended up dying along the trip. Much less frequently the latter. I don't know why I said that one. I don't think people from Epitaph would have fucking got themselves killed in a stupid way like that. Outside the island anyway. But you definitely have heard of powers that would allow people to have just sort of like basic connection to a mind. And you know that it is one of the many interesting facets about Moxie in general, where it is not a traditional geomancy that comes from the earth, but rather a more complex magic that comes from a person or from a connection to the Feywild or the Shadowfell. And for a machine to have that, you don't want to come across as a little robot racist, but that is not something that has come across in your understanding.
I wonder, Warren. I mean, your halo and Morgane's helmet. It gives some kind of protection to that mind reading ability.
I don't have a
Because
helmet.
neither of you received any messages from Shireen, right?
He doesn't have the helmet anymore.
I gave it to Vale,
Right. I wonder if the halo is like Magneto's helmet.
Maybe? That might help, but
At the very least, it might be. I'm just banking on a hope here. Maybe allow you to not be swayed by her power of suggestion.
maybe. The good thing for me is I know how to do that, so I understand it a little bit. I can do something similar. To sway people's opinion, not to read their mind. They're probably going to give us a chance and talk, especially Zolt. I spent a lot of time on Epitaph with Zolt over the years. He's open-minded, at least.
I think when you talk to them, Warren, you need to assume that Shireen is going to tell them everything that we're talking about right now.
I'm
Probably
also
telling
gonna-
him right now. It sort of shorthands the conversation, at least.
Yeah, I think she'll also try and twist what we say into her advantage too.
Oh, without a
I know.
doubt.
She's really clever, and she's got all the cards in her hand. Ah, I
A
think
pair of gunshots rings out in the distance.
that's. Why is he shooting?
Do we hear anything after the gunshots?
Mine, we did kind of hope that that creature from the depths came back again.
You hear a whoop of excitement and some like general grumbling and eye rolling, but it certainly signals you that they're closer.
How do we hear eye rolling?
Very
We
carefully.
feel them.
Gee, Ash, how would you hear eye rolling?
I do
I mean,
think
I can see you on the monitor.
Pretty good.
Thanks.
Audibly, of course.
Thanks, Steele. Thank you.
I do think though I'm gonna need a lot of your help, Kyrus. I'm not great at being convincing and diplomatic and all that sort of stuff. I can be threatening, but
We have that on lock, though.
yeah, we're pretty good at that actually.
I'm a pacifist. I don't believe in violence. I would be happy to be the negotiator. That is all a
Bullshit.
lie, but I sounded so convincing right now. Because I'm an
I was
excellent
gonna s-
liar.
You are really good at bluffing. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Alright,
Hey.
so we're all on the same page. We spare Kana,
Yep.
we spare Galt, maybe the big thing with the axe. We maim Garrow, but I suppose we don't kill him. Maybe if we can't be bothered.
Kyvius, this is all assuming that they are going to be felled by us.
Well,
I mean, as it stands right now, I mean, I'm worried we're going to die.
well, I think we're all worried about that, which is why I would like to see if there's any way in this particular area we can gain some kind of advantage.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And
Bruce.
while you are scouting this area, I would like you to be singing "Mary Had a Little Lamb" in your forehead the entire time, in your head the entire time.
Row, row, row your
Or
boat.
row. No, excellent. Row your boat too. Do as little thinking as possible. Unless, Eerie, you can like shield our thoughts in some way.
I don't think I can do that.
This is a song that
He could
never
spam her
ends.
with
It
sending
goes on and
spells.
on, my friend.
Isn't there some kind
Do we
of
have
psychic?
a lot of gold?
Just every second. Hello? Is this thing on? Do I have reception? Hello?
I'll just keep spamming her spell phone.
I don't know.
Okay, can we split up and scout the area really quickly, Steele?
Now, I love when you ask a GM, can we split up and scout the area? And the answer is a resounding yes. Do you want to tell me how you split up and where everybody goes? Because it is
In
very important.
pairs.
That's even better. Why don't you just give me like a broad idea of these 4 directions where people head off?
I think
Um,
I'd be kind of scouting rooftops and like sniper advantage positions with Shay.
I think. If
Oh, you
anyone...
mean on the current map?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, we want to explore this current map for there's lots of buildings here that we could try and get into and see if there's anything inside them. There's vantage points. There's shrubbery.
There's a well.
Yeah.
This whole place feels like somebody playing house on a much more grand scale, where it's very clear that like all of the individual houses have been constructed as if you can imagine giant mannequin people living in them, where you'll like open a drawer, for example, and there'll be one knife and one fork and one spoon 3 inches apart, side by side, with one carefully folded doily next to them. There is a kettle that is sitting on the stove in like all of these buildings with like 2 little teacups on the counter nearby. Pantries are empty except for like like a bag of flour, for example, which has been filled with sand and then like closed up again. They're all props. Everything in these buildings looks like it's the idea of somebody constructing um again a toy home, but on a massive brick by brick scale.
Are they like solid buildings though?
They are solid buildings, but many of them are too small to be lived in. Like this one here, that's kind of on the left-hand side, that's sort of just built into this, is really nothing more than a little wall that's been built out with presumably like a meter of distance between it. Even though there's a little window that's built into it, you can peer in there and see that there is like a single end table with some flowers on it inside that are long wilted and dead, but there is no door in.
Am I the
I
only
wonder-
one who became extremely creeped out by what we found here?
I wonder if it's like some kind of template, like someone is thinking about how to properly plan a real city or a place for people to live, and this is like a testing ground, kind of like on when you see a highway, people drawing lines in the ground.
Sure, but a testing ground without any subjects.
Maybe they're
You
all
need
dead.
to
We
test
did
for
see a lot of
people.
dead people back there.
I
It's
suppose.
it is monumentally carefully done too. Like when you spend some time over at the well, you can see that like every nail has been carefully hammered into the point that you can imagine somebody where a nail might go in crooked and the entire plank would be pulled out and replaced. And like it's very clear that the knot was tied precisely one time with a perfect little knot that is it looks like somebody had taken years to learn how to tie a really good knot, and that's what they did, was just for that one thing. And then there's like a couple little flowers around the base around the well where it's very clear that somebody has taken soil and put it at the base of the well just in these tiny little spots in order to grow this one plant, and then preventing it from ever moving in a larger area because the rest of the ground is just either stone or like gravelly style silt. It's very clear this is somebody's like garden project where it's to specification.
So the plants are real and alive.
Yes, and alive, and they are planted. You can kind of see where like the green parts of the grass are, and then where the sort of the ground is. And there's other parts of the ground that are very clearly stonework, and it is something that it looks like somebody is tending to very carefully. But it's almost in a manic kind of way.
But has it been tended to recently?
Oh
Does the
yes.
evidence look like it's been recent?
Really?
Yep, I would say more so in the last couple of years. If you were to like deep delve into this place, you can certainly find that there's lots of spots where like rocks have been pushed aside, that there's dead plants and stuff underneath where it looks like this place was left for years. But things like the building, somebody has come in here and dusted and cleaned just recently and tidied things up. The plants, like the flowers that are in almost every windowsill, are alive and picked less than a week ago.
Almost like they were expecting visitors.
Dun dun dun.
The
So I-
trees, the trees are just coming into bloom, some of them, in a way that suggests to you that your timing of arriving to this location is something where the trees it's either a good coincidence, which is nice, or these annual perennial blooming trees were planted specifically X number of months ago to hit this point exactly on time with you.
Are there any tracks on the ground?
There are not.
no footprints,
Fucking
nothing.
weird.
You could make a dungeoneering check. No, nature check. I'm sorry, but it'd be a fucking hard one.
And I'm not exactly a nature guy, but I guess
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Let's see what I can find something.
Ooh.
Oh.
Whoops.
Oh god, earthquake.
Saigar, it was near impossible to notice. I'm gonna ping the map where it's going to appear right there. But with your incredible uncanny vision, you noticed that there is a very small 4-fingered print, essentially, that looks like just a couple of drops of blood had been left by a door that has still just recently dried.
Okay. Do I with
Are all
my
the sorry?
oh mine's not related to that. Keep going.
Are all of the buildings made of stone?
There is one that is made of wood, but they are predominantly stone.
Oh, this one back here. Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But this one over here is made of stone.
Right, they all have like wood roofs, but yes.
With
They all
my
look very cozy.
ooh.
We've talked about this a little bit, but like everything in them seems like they're a hodgepodge of like where they came from. Like one of the beds is going to have like this big, incredible down comforter that looks like it has been made like hand woven from elven silk, and it must cost a king's ransom. And then another one has just like more traditional sort of peasant style of blankets that sort of strike you like whoever was doing this didn't really have a single supplier of stuff. You get the impression from a lot of things that clutter these houses, there's like a little story behind most of them.
With my knowledge of warfare and history, do you know if there are any like there are any words or symbols that would imply like a ceasefire, like that people might put places?
You that is a very good thought, but I would say that again after sort of a brief scan, you don't get that impression at all.
No, no. I want to know if I know them so I can draw one in the sand.
Oh, I see. I see. I was like, it's not like you to be that far off. Yeah, absolutely. If you want to fucking tell me what like the unanimously understood unanimous symbol for like elven surrender is, that's obscure as fuck because they don't. But yeah, I would
No.
be.
No, that's. I was more wondering, like, if the Ka or any high helm operations use anything unanimous, if that does exist.
Well, there must have been some kind of ceasefire, right, between the two of them.
Well, the sort of the Ka like this is how we know you're going to surrender is when we show up here in the morning. You have your fucking like weapons discarded and you are lying on the ground face down with your hands out. It was really that like prostrate yourself before the new gods. That was kind of their universally accepted sign of surrender.
Fair. So not really. Okay.
Just yell, "Hey, don't shoot us! We're gonna try and talk to you."
Yeah.
Your footsteps now, and you know that they're close.
I mean, I've got to ask the question. I know we kind of covered it, and I know we have very little time, but are you sure we don't want to go down one of these paths? Do we really want to make our stand right here?
If we go down a path and run into a roadblock, it's a lot worse. And if we keep going, it doesn't help us because everything that happens, Shireen relays back to the car. If we make it all the way there, then Shireen tells the car, and then we're fucked. Getting further doesn't help us.
Not to mention the fact that if we go down any of these paths and there is a beastie that is not very pleasant and wants to eat us, we find ourselves sandwiched between something that wants to eat us and something that wants to eat us.
Now, that's a fair point.
I know, right?
Here's-
I mean, it makes sense.
Oh, do we want to just hide out in the well?
Okay, real quick. All right, this is the best way to settle this. Saigar, you ignore your companions and peek down one of the nearby tunnels. Would you like to continue?
Nope.
Are you sure?
I am very sure I do not want to continue.
Okay, well, I'm going to put you back then.
Should add a little sparkly effect on the edge of the darkness.
Yeah, that looked like a treasure.
It might be. Go check it out. And also, that was this one with the trees right here. That was Erie was like, check this one. That's where the secret is. Right here.
Now that Steel did that, now I want to fucking do it. God damn it, Steel.
No.
Well,
It
now
doesn't
you want
help
to
us.
I guess
Do you want to go
gotta live.
check out a different one?
No.
Okay. Just checking.
Do you want to climb down the well?
Oh, yeah. Do you want to?
Yes.
That's the answer.
I feel like these are all very loaded questions, so no.
Listen, you need to look for the path forward, but you need to look for the path within first, so we all have to jump down the well.
All right. Let's focus. How do we want to position ourselves for when they come in? Remember.
Sure, I've got a well map.
What'd you say?
Are you sure I've got a map for the well?
Oh my god! Of course he does.
Is it just a map with a dunce cap?
It might be.
I walk over and I look down the well, but I don't climb into it.
I have to change my browser real quick. Hang on, guys.
Oh my god!
While he's doing that, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
How do we want to position ourselves?
I think if you're doing the talking, we have like Kyvius here, flanked by me and Warren, and then everyone else on like the rooftops.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
We should split up our rooftops, like Shay, Erie,
Yeah.
and I should. Different rooftops.
I don't think so, because then if they crawl on the rooftops, then one person's stranded and fucked.
But keep in mind, like I'm pretty acrobatic, right?
Yeah, but then you're forced to do it rather than having one strong front. Like,
Right, but I'm afraid of like
okay.
an AOE attack on one location and all
We
three
know.
of us are hit, right?
Okay, so I think you're right about spreading out, but by the same token, we also know that Karna is not impeded by height.
Yes.
That's true.
So, but here's the thing. In the event that one person gets isolated or in trouble, can't Erie like float them away?
What, like once? So
We could
like
put,
what is going like that? That's my problem. Is like, so if we have one person here, that's great. What does that do but make them a target?
Oh my
Oh,
god!
I'm
Our
just
only
thinking.
goal
I'm
is
just thinking
to-
like if there's like an AOE attack or like a massive attack in one location, it just means that not only one person gets hit by it, not three.
I just want to let everyone know he actually did have a well map.
Oh, they can see
I
it.
see it.
Oh,
Which is
okay.
just-
I
we just
I
see
see
black.
darkness.
It is dark. Do you want to climb down?
No.
Shoot some dancing lights.
But I
You
can
have that,
throw.
right?
I can throw a firing
don't-
arrow down there. I'll just do
There
that right
could
now.
be
So we
good
can...
stuff.
I don't have dancing lights.
Listen, I can throw a flaming arrow down there.
All right,
so we can
throw
see
a
what's
flaming
down
arrow
there.
down there.
Before you are able to do that,
Of course.
Thank you.
no problem. Before you're able to do that, Garrow appears. He is you see him moving through the darkness towards you, smoke still pouring from his two long arms, where of course we've talked about this, it's sort of the same general shape and size as a shotgun, but with like a bayonet on the end of each one. That's Karna. That's okay. And his hair is greasy with the flammable oils that he is run through it, of course, and the glimmer of his gold tooth is visible as he leers at you. His stance is proud and capable, and he looks dangerous. He looks prepared, like a man on the mission. And when he sees you, his leer turns really nasty, and he turns back to the tunnel behind him, and he goes, "Hey, Karna, over here! I found a bunch of dead bodies."
He's right.
And he turns back to you and he waits.
Yeah, just getting. Doop. Warren, if
Oh.
you want to jump back a bit.
Okay, this is where we are.
Sawtooth arrives next. He's distinctive, as he is, of course, in his true Oni form. And he wears very little clothing except for a few large leather pauldrons and his sort of leather girdle. And his skin is that same furry, taut blue and silver and covered in piercings. And even his pauldrons are attached by spikes that pierce directly into his flesh. And there are two huge hollow horns that jut up from his shaved skull above a set of like bat-like ears, and they have been likewise pierced with large hoops. The only hair that he has on his head is just this wild, almost black mohawk of hair that is almost sharp looking from a distance. And he's got so many teeth they don't fit completely in his mouth, and instead some of them just pierce out from his cheeks and his lower jaw. He's got that massive two-handed stone sword that is just being dragged behind him in an almost ape-like manner, the blade chipping as it continues to bounce off the loose rocks. And Garrow just smiles and waits.
Steel, I'd like to roll a stealth check. I'm kind of behind the chimney. I'd like to be somewhat hidden.
Okay.
Same.
Ooh.
Just those two. It is a DC 20 stealth check.
I rolled a 22.
Fantastic.
I rolled 27.
Are rolls not showing up like weirdly?
No, it's
That
been
is
happening.
not
happening more.
It's been
I
happening
didn't
in my.
see.
So
Take a
Sygar's roll,
screenshot and post
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Just take a,
Sygar's roll
just
didn't
take a,
show
just
up.
take a snip.
but in the other games that I'm DMing, this is happening occasionally, and no one is sure why. Someone will roll, it'll only be on their screen, but it won't go to everybody else.
It is really weird.
Did anyone else see my roll, or just me?
No,
Nope.
Okay, yeah. So I rolled a 22, but I don't know who saw that.
I saw.
We see
We all
yours.
saw Shay's, we didn't see Sygar's.
I rolled
Right.
27.
We will specifically tell people when we cannot see your rolls. You don't have to second guess it, don't worry.
Okay.
Again, I trust you guys to not bullshit, so it's fine. Karna also appears a moment later. Her cob military attire of golds and whites, as pristine as you can imagine them. They're going to be from a long trip through the sand and the waves. And we've talked about Karna a little bit. Nobody would call her beautiful, but she is tenacious. And you look at her and you see somebody who is strong-souled and indomitable. And like Morgaine himself, these features come through clearly in the way that she has just simply bandaged up a half dozen injuries and moved on. And as she walks down the passageway, spear in one hand, ready for action, she turns to Garrow and says, "Dead bodies? Where?" And he sort of just nudges his head down to where Warren and Kyvius and Morgaine wait at the end of the hallway. And he goes, "Yeah, sorry, you're still a few minutes too early to see him." And finally,
A pleasure, as always, Garrow. I see that time has quickened you no further than when we were children.
"The pleasure is all yours, Hellspawn," he snarks. And in the back, moving with cautious apprehension, Zolt, who is in deep conversation with Shireen. He's moving his hands in the kind of the animated way that he does when he's excited, and it's just causing his loose martial artist-esque robes to kind of flutter about. And it's very clear that Shireen is not listening at all. She has instead spotted you even from this distance, and her mouth is drawn into a very serene, almost dreamy expression as she rests her fingertips together in front of her chest in a manner that kind of reminds you of a queen posing for a painting. And she glances at Polonius to make sure that he's focused on the task at hand. But the animated suit of armor has caught one of the quicklings from the way up the mountainside and is focused on dismembering it slowly and carefully and cruelly, ripping off legs and arms like a sadistic child might tear wings off a fly. And he just sort of watches with amazement as the creature dissolves into a dripping black Icarus shadow. And she clears her voice at the same time that Polonius spasms and shirks away from her like a struck child and drops the remnants of the now torn up to sunder creature and shambles ahead to be between her and the rest of you.
Mm.
And
So I guess you caught up.
and Karna takes a few heavy, angry footsteps forward.
Karna, I
and
would
looks at
ask
you and goes,
that you step no further if you wish this conversation to be cordial.
"Warren, did you draw the symbol of surrender?"
Surrender wouldn't be the word I'd use, but definitely
Okay.
like
Parlay?
yeah. Yeah, if she wants to make a cool action, let's stab it.
Willingness to talk, basically, right?
Her teeth are grit. And she says, Sybil, you should have thought of that before you started killing innocent people.
It looks like we have that in common. And I want to get the list of people that I've been carrying with me and just throw it into the middle between us.
She stares down at it confused for a moment and then back up at you. And she goes, what is wrong with you, Morgaine?
What is wrong with me?
Yes, I have to. When I go home at some point in time, I have to bring up the conversation. Oh, hey, Mom, I saw Morgaine. He's a terrorist who's slaughtering innocent people now.
And what did you do in Epitaph?
Defended ourselves. It's neutral ground.
And you turned around and you fired! You could have left! You had the power to leave! You fired! And there are
Darrow.
children on that list now because you chose to do that.
Darrow smirks back. Goes, seems to me like we did leave, so point in favor of us, I guess. Look, they tried to kill us. We tried to kill
And
them
so
back.
did the
We're
Caw
just bad.
Town.
Carter goes,
Don't talk
fine.
to me on high ground right now, because I'm doing the favor of not doing that to you.
Jesus, I'm getting chills. Karna looks at you and goes, then why? Why would they attack you?
Why do you think? Because we're not Caw.
That's not how it works. They're not going to attack randomly like that. Those were civilians.
Yeah, that were ordered to attack us, like they do in the Caw.
And she looks at all of you confused. Is that true? For no reason?
You know Laylette?
She says she's the mother of the city.
She has a bad history with us.
Why? How do you know her?
Remember the train that brought us to the Caw?
Do you remember
Right.
when we were kidnapped?
Of course. I haven't stopped thinking about that in my entire life. That's why I'm here.
She tried to
We
do
stopped.
it to others. We stopped her.
Wait. No, hang on, she says. Are you trying to tell me, and you see her teeth grit again, the attack that happened in the Caw months ago, where Mother Dearest died, you were there too?
Did she not recognize our
nod.
handiwork?
Of
Morgaine,
course we were there.
that's our city. Those are our civilians. The person you killed, again, even before all of this, the person you killed, she was the one who was to take care of us when we were children.
Took care of us.
She was the one assigned to look after us.
She abused us. She held us as captives. She maimed us. What are you thinking, Kana? We were taken from our homes. We were held in captivity, and she was our captor.
You were saved from High Helm. You were not maimed. You were marked so that you would be protected. And I remember the only thing that she ever said to us was go explore the city peacefully and be back here before dawn.
You seem to have a very strange idea, but none of us here asked to be saved. No matter whose definition you go by, none of us asked to be torn from our parents, our loved ones, and however you define the word, be saved. We were held against our will.
She shakes her head and she goes, I can't fucking believe you, people.
People.
Yes, Morgaine, that includes you. Are you really going to try to say that what I did, the hard choice that I had to make, didn't save our parents' lives?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just tired of yelling at each other every time we see each other. And
Me
for
too.
goddamn, we'll just end up having to do what we always had to do and just talk.
Because you don't think about anybody but yourself. You're so obsessed with trying to be some kind of storybook hero that you've never thought to grow up and just value the things that are important in this life. I keep saying it's family, but obviously I don't mean anything to you. So maybe we're talking about parents. Have you ever thought about mom and dad? The people that spent years nearly starving to death so they could afford the medicine so you could live and be happy, only for you to throw that away at the first opportunity? The people who thought it was a miracle that you came back to them somehow and thought your life was a gift from the gods, only for you to be constantly unhappy before running away again?
Why is every choice and every time we talk to you, it's binary? Holy shit, Karna! Do you not realize how much power you have? How much of an asset you are to the Ka? And all the things you have done? And all of this has been because you are following someone else's vision?
No, it's because I nearly lost everything trying to protect you, from bad mouthing or hurting the people that saved me and saved you and saved our family, and you have never so much as said sorry.
How have I been saved?
Connor,
Really?
Connor, when you nearly lost everything, who was it that tried to take it from you?
I was confused as a child the same way that you all were. I believed all the lies that I grew up with.
Who
But
who who tried to take Morgaine from you?
Morgaine did. He got himself killed. And I'm sorry, Morgaine, but we have been down that road far before we even ever went to the Ka. We had been down that road before. You were always the first one to try to throw yourself in danger. And I was always... do you know what they call me now? The Phoenix. Because when I was left alone, when you left me, Morgaine, and I had nothing, I still found the strength to choose to not take the weak option and to go back to the dead fortress city that didn't care about us. And I chose to do what was harder, to examine the truth in what I've always been told, that the rest of the world who actually cares for the people who live in it was evil for some vague reason. When there was only enough food left for noble families, I would have died if I had stayed. Our parents would have died if I didn't make the choice that I did. Can you even imagine what that would be like? The pain and the suffering that we would have experienced?
No.
And from the back, very quietly, Shireen says, "That one can," she points to Eukyvius. "He witnessed it firsthand. Ervius, Sarissa."
Fuck. Shiver. Just shiver and try to make stony faced. Stay stony faced.
Karna,
A lot-
Oh, sorry.
A lot of us could. I mean, my dad died to the Ka. My mother died when Donberry was taken. I mean, my dad got to die with the Sorothian. I guess that's kind of cool, but I mean, a lot of us have experienced that pain in this world.
She just looks horrified. She goes, then why can't you see that the three of you have been played for fools? You're being used by people that don't care about you. How could you watch your parents die and not hate the circumstances that took them from you?
Because in every instance of this pain, and in every instance of this loss, the root source appears always to be the same. It's initiated by the actions of the Ka. They may be the answer. They may be the answer for you, Karna. They may be the solution for you, but they're also the problem. They're selling the disease and the cure. And the truth of the matter is, there's no need for the cure if there is no disease. You must see that the actions of the Ka, the actions that they take, are what necessitate them as the solution. My parents are dead because of the car. Warren's parents are dead because of the car. Yes, Morgaine was rescued in the car. He was killed when he was abducted by the car. You can't have it both ways. You can't sit here and tell us about a better life and the cure for everything that ails us when everything that ails us appears to constantly be the car.
At this point in time, Binks meows loudly, and Garrow laughs and goes, "He said it." And
Cat whisper.
Karna says, "It's not the Ka. It's the fact that this whole world is divided, and it's family against family and brother against brother, and we're trying to unite everyone."
And you're doing that by separating from your brother. You're doing that by you're trying to unite everyone by screaming at your brother about how wrong he is, about how he should embrace your ideals.
She
You are
picks up her
sorry.
spear and she holds it directly at your neck as you talk. Just an angry extension, like still 15 feet away, but just hand shaking,
Karna,
eyes full of hatred.
he has a point. It's always been me joining your side. I don't think at any point you have ever you ask what's more important, my ideals or you. What's more important to you, me or the Ka? To you, Karna.
It's you, Morgaine. It has always been you. I have told you this 100 times.
Then
it is
why
you
is
and me against the world.
Then why don't we take on the world? Why do I have to be part of High Helm? I don't give a shit about High Helm. I care about High Helm's people. I care about the people in the Ka that want to make a choice, but are forced not to. I care about them, Karna, and I don't believe the Ka can help them. I don't believe High Helm can help them. I care about them. I've always cared about them. I've always cared about you because I think you have been shackled by me and by the Ka. You are far greater, and you just need the opportunity to shine.
Zolt from the back clears his voice and says, you know, we've all lost something in the wars, and if nothing else, that makes us family. I just think it's not as simple as you all see it. I mean, people starved, and a lot of people said, well, it's our fault, but we tried, really tried, we did, to like explain the basic fundamentals of like trade to the government in the Orderlands. We explained to them that we don't have any use for gold. We build cities out of the stuff. It's valueless. We tried to explain that we would give your people food. We could barter in aspected sky or in laborers or in talented services for goods, but they just pound their fists and puff out their chests and demand that we're wrong and we're evil and we must accept their tokens in exchange for precious resources. Communication's always been impossible. We're not monsters for looking after the family that your society threw away. And if your king wants land for his people, how many hundreds of miles of vast, empty and safe land have you traveled to get here? Just we can share this island. Why is it such a hard idea?
Yeah, but like the Ka doesn't want to share the island, Zalt. I agree with you. That would be ideal of nations living together. But I feel the Ka a long time ago made their choice when they decided to just take out the farmland of the Orderlands. Can you honestly tell me and look me in the eye and tell me that was some altruistic plan by the Ka that taking away the Orderlands farms would save them and not starve the people?
You're not wrong, Zolt, in the clash of ideals, in the clash of philosophy and society. But one universal truth, and Kaivis is going to look straight at Karna, pointing the spear at him, is that negotiation is one-sided when there's a blade pointed at your throat? And he'll just stare at her.
She's still very white-knuckled. And at this point in time, Garrow pipes up in the back and goes, "Fuck you, Kyvius. Your whole life has been an insult to your betters. How can one person have the whole world handed them on a silver platter and still somehow manage to be worthless?"
Warren reaches over and puts a hand on Kyvie's shoulder, like, don't take the
No,
bait.
I'm not insulted at all. One of me is worth 1,000,000 of him. Garrow, the only reason you stand right now is for some reason on this godforsaken earth you still have somebody who I respect advocating for your continued existence, my friend.
He also pulls both guns and points them at you and goes, "Yeah? Well then, Karna, you better step aside, because I'm going to send this demon back to hell." And at this point in time, Shireen pipes up from the back and says, "Garrow, remember there's a procedure." And he fucking snaps back to her and is like, "Don't act like you're in charge, Shireen." And she's quiet for a moment and then says, "Sweetheart, we've talked about what happens if you ever refer to me as a lesser, and you don't need to use those exact words to say it." And he just turns back to Kyvia, still angry. Meanwhile, Sawtooth has just been grunting and just heavy breathing, staring at where Eerie is fluttering on a nearby roof. He has seen. And Shireen goes, "Oh, don't mind him. Your species is a delicacy in our homelands."
I'll just wave.
So
I've got some private messages here from Shay and from Saigar. If you guys would like, oh, I'm so sorry. I sent a message to Shay from Saigar instead. My apologies. You guys are I'm trying to multitask here. Saigar, yes, if you would like to be able to speak, I would have you re-roll your stealth to sort of retain cover by like throwing your voice a little bit. Absolutely, but it would be harder to do so in the stealth check to remain hidden after.
There's actually a mechanic for that with the stealth.
There is. To
For
answer your question.
whatever it's worth in this, I think this is a discussion. I don't know. I come from Epitaph. These sorts of things are actually common. The number of people I've been friends with that I haven't fought with or against is probably 0. But I mean, this is being pinned as a whole like High Helm versus the car thing when we're not we're not High Helm. We're us. We've got our own mission, and it's oddly similar to yours.
Our goal is to save people by giving them a choice. We have no intention of forcing anyone. We have no intention of coaxing anyone. But we've been sent on a mission to save the residents of High Helm, the people of High Helm, by giving them a choice. I understand that isn't the way of the car. I respect the car as a culture. It is not a culture with which myself and I believe the rest of us wish to partake. If you can see some kind of equitable arrangement where these two sets of ideals could live harmoniously side by side and thrive in Rios, then please present it now. Please explain to me how the car will stop subjugating everyone and everything it encounters, and how we can share this world in an equitable way for all people to make a decision. The decision, Kana, that we, 10 years ago, were not allowed to make for ourselves.
Can you give me a diplomacy check?
Yeah.
Oh god, the first roll.
That's terrifying, yeah.
Oh, it's so good!
Ooh. Morgaine, Shay, Saigar, and Eerie, you notice that sort of like the buildings themselves are beginning to blur a little bit. You can hear the sound of running water, and you can definitely feel like what is happening is starting to kind of occur in your own mind, and you can see from a distance that Shireen's eyes are glowing pink. But Karna listens to you, Kyvius, and she goes, "That's the whole point. We always give people a choice. I had a choice. All of you had a choice. Every city that becomes or doesn't become the Ka is a choice, and it's a very simple one. It's live in peace or don't. We want peace. We just have to take the harder way to get it."
How is being your choice or death? How is that a choice?
I don't know, Morgaine. Why don't you ask Mother Laylette or Mother Dearest how they felt about their choice about death at your hands?
Laylet, we didn't actually kill.
Well, thank goodness for that.
But you realize we are offering what the Ka want, right?
She says, "Morgaine, this mission, this responsibility is what I've spent my entire life working towards. And I love you. Even now, after you become some kind of like twisted, one-track minded machine. But I can't keep letting you taking everything from me. At some point in time, I need to stand up to you and I need to stand up for myself."
Okay, but what am I taking from you right now?
"Turn around and go home and stop forcing me to violence."
Okay, but you're okay, so you keep saying this, but you haven't told me what I'm taking. Yeah, this is where we get every single time. Every single time we talk and have a conversation, you bring it around to I'm taking something from you. And I think it's at one point, Karna, you couldn't stop thinking me as your little brother and start thinking me as just your brother. It isn't that I don't love you because I don't choose your side. It's that I think there's a better option to pick. And it's not diminishing you. It's not diminishing your choices. It's you have to allow me to try it.
I
Uh-oh.
know
Right.
that.
Oh, whoops. Oh, yeah, that's right. Whoopsie. Forgot about that.
There's a distant sound that like Garrow and Polonius turn around, but it's clear Karna's fixated on this. She says, "This mission given to us by Adeptus Welk is I've spent my whole life working to be worthy of this. It's going to be a better life for me and for our family, and it's going to be a better life for everyone who wants a better life in the Ka. And you're here to stop us because your dead king told us. Is that the case?"
No, I'm here to
No.
bring more people.
We're not here to stop you at all. We're
Do
here.
do I see any signs of more of Shireen's magic?
Yeah, it's very clear that like the ground beneath your feet is becoming like sticky, and the very world around you begins to ebb and flow, and it feels like you put your hand out and you just sort of like expect to touch solid air, but your hand rests on the side of a building instead
And the
that you
source.
cannot see.
And we discern the source of this is from Shireen.
It's very clear. She's smirking and smiling from the back, and
Do you
Zolt
mind
pipes up.
telling Shireen not to cast magic on us?
She pauses for a second and she goes, she just shakes her head, and hot cinders from her tresses are just like shaken free and drift on the wind, and the tiny motes of fire burning kind of for a few seconds on the ground before fading away. And she goes, "What, you've got a problem with magic now too?"
No, it's just I don't know why she's making this illusion happen when we are still talking.
It's an interesting response to our conversation to attack us with magic before we've raised arms to you or impeded you in any way?
Garrow pipes up and goes, I don't know. I've been done talking for weeks.
Well, it never was your strong suit, dearie.
Actually, I was kind of wondering, Shireen, what do you want out of this whole thing?
She pauses for a split second. Go ahead and give me a diplomacy diplomacy check as well, please. This one's a fairly low check. It's DC 15.
I was not expecting that to be diplomacy. Okay.
Yeah.
What
were you thinking?
No, I just wasn't expecting a roll.
Oh, okay. No, I can with you.
That'd be diplomacy?
Yes, please.
Okay. Can I... Huh. I was thinking
Uh-huh.
of flashing, not trying to use magic on her, but flashing similar magic. Sort of like a... I don't want to do it, though. That's walking...
Okay.
Out. I'll just roll the diplomacy. Oh, I have +4. Wow.
Oh, wow. She doesn't respond immediately and then kind of has that careless, like, supervillain response to your question, like, what does it matter? I'll be dead in a second anyway. And she says, ever since I've been created, it's always been just fantastically interesting to know that I can be uncreated at any single moment. I'd rather not live that life.
I actually think, I think you've got the upper hand, but, I think your powers are pretty cool. Could you do the thing you do? Could you tell me something you shouldn't know? If you make it about me, that'd be flattering.
Sure. She fixates on you for a split second. And then says, I don't think you ever really cared for your father anyway. What is a jam dunk?
How funny you should ask.
Warren laughs.
At this, Kyvius would turn to Warren and say, no, stop thinking of that. Don't tell them about our secret weapon.
Shireen, did you used to be a human or humanoid?
She snaps back at you like, I have always been myself. And as long as I am as far away from the lower class of Warforged in the Ka, then I will continue to always be myself. Simple as that. I'm not so big on the whole unity thing as perhaps the rest of my kinfolk are.
Right? It's weird.
It is a little weird, she says, but not quite as weird as this. And then as she continues to sort of speak, the ground around you continues to flow and shift, and you find yourself now the illusion complete, and you are in somewhere that you don't recognize at all. The Ka soldiers sort of begin to spread out a little bit, and it is also very evident to you. Other than Morgaine, none of you have ever been in this place before. It is a completely alien, looks like a sewers almost.
I did want to warn you, oh, this is different. Me and the Sorofian have a sort of bad history, If you'd like to not be possessed, I'm not the best company.
Zold says, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Is there any way to know, is this an illusion? Have we been transported? Is there any way to know?
Shay, as you take a step backwards, you bump into an invisible fence. Saigar, as you take a step backwards, you fall off the roof.
Oh.
I didn't step backwards.
I'm just letting you know. But you did, though.
I had one more square left on the roof, though.
I know.
How did I fall off the roof?
Have we moved?
You
though?
say this on the
Okay.
ground, looking up at the fucking like sky, like I didn't fall off the roof. How did that happen? As you lie on your back. Zolt says, "I don't normally think violence solves anything, but Warren, Erie, maybe we'll be able to see eye to eye if we start talking your language instead."
That
I don't
seems
think-
very uncharacteristic of you, Zolt.
Elfin?
Oh,
I don't think this is a game many of us want to play. You know, I don't know if you know anything about the beast you sailed away from that we slayed, but even if you make it through us, you won't be well enough to make it the rest of the way through this mountain.
Give me an intimidate check on that one too, please.
Yay! I'm gonna use my thing.
Okay.
We're in an illusion anyway. Where my stuff starts melting.
Whoa.
Oh!
wow. Wow.
The monster within.
I draw very special attention to the two antennae, which are from the rust monster I talked about just before.
I'm gonna just fucking say that they are all frightened. They're gonna take a -2 penalty to any attack rolls, and it's very clear that like the glances back and forth indicate that they believe you, and this also means that they have to do things relatively quickly. But they don't have the same response to your threat as you were hoping for, or even that you were to logically expect, which sort of strikes you a little bit more concerning.
The fucking puppet master. She can control more than one person. She's got
And-
all of them in her web.
And Garrow says, "Finally, I was getting so bored of this." And he cocks his gun and points it back at Kyvius. "I am going to put a bullet in your head, Pitspawn." And Karna says, "No, as we discussed, if you touch my brother, I will throw you in one of these bottomless pits myself. But kill the rest of them."
It's fine. You know, after we're done here, we'll save you again like we did with the Leviathan.
Snap, snap, snap.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm going to have people start rolling initiative, please.
Godspeed.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. All right.
Sagar, you know that thing that I just messaged you?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
It's time.
I
It's
have
time.
the worst initiative rules ever.
I'm gonna declare the use of this ability and just go ahead and do it.
Ooh. Okay.
I'll
I'll take a 17.
Do you guys think I should re-roll that? It could be a lot. Oh wait, I rolled a
That's
I rolled
like
a
a 2.
3. Okay, yeah. We're gonna roll that again. I can't wait for it to be worse.
How far is the range?
You're in range. It's like a burst. Yeah, there we go.
Wait, we
So we
add
all move on 26.
we
We're
all add
26?
26 or we are 26.
Yeah, we can.
Your initiative 26 if you would like to.
Ooh.
Fuck yeah.
Shay will take that.
And then we can decide our turn order.
Jesus
think-
Christ, that's awesome.
Noticing that they're all sufficiently intimidated, I think the bonds that we've built over fighting the Leviathan and other combats, when Warren starts to step forward, everybody knows, and we can move just a bit quicker than a trained military unit. All right.
A lot of things on initiative still, and I have to fix this, and I don't know why it's causing problems.
It's okay.
Oh, we can fix our own.
Initiative
I didn't realize. You can fix your own initiative. You don't have to have
that's
Steel do it.
wonderful.
Yeah. So if you're taking the 26, just fix your own initiative for Steel.
I'm not on there anymore. Guess I don't have to
So I
fight.
can move it.
Later,
just reroll
nerds.
26, please. There's so many names on here.
There's a lot.
I
There's a
didn't,
lot
I didn't
in
clear it last time.
I only
I
see
love that
I only see
Garrow-
10 people. What are you talking
That's
about?
more like it.
It's okay. You can take the one here.
Character size question: how big is Sawtooth? Is he 4x4 or 2x2? Pardon.
Sawtooth is
One
a
by
2x2.
Yeah.
You cannot move into his sword square weapon, so he's like the 5 total squares.
But if I were to move into this square and do an
Yep.
attack that would hit two things, it hits them both.
No, so that square would not. If you were in this square right here, you would be able to hit Sawtooth. But he is a 2x2 creature with that extra little square that is difficult terrain.
Okay.
You could end there, but it's difficult terrain to move into that space.
Okay.
I can't move you back. I'm sorry.
Denoted by the sword that you have to move around difficultly. The giant fucking sword.
Yeah.
Do we
Are you
that's-
sure we can't all just get along?
do we decide turn order, or do we just go by like decks and stuff, or just keep this?
You guys, you can delay your actions if you would like to. I'm just gonna fucking throw down.
Hold up, did I just disappear off the turn order?
Oh, you're there.
You did.
No, I
We
didn't.
don't have Morgaine or
Oh.
We don't
Shay
have
on there.
Morgan or Shay on there, yeah.
Just roll
I'll just-
again and
I'll
put
just- yeah, there
26
we
in.
All right, I'm gonna take all the PCs off.
No,
real
no, 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 no.
I'm gonna take all the PCs off then really quickly, and if you would re-add yourselves, I'd appreciate it, because I had people from the previous map still that only I could see.
Oh, okay. Well, Shay's
Oh,
there
gotcha.
now.
Just re-add by rolling initiative, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, by rolling initiative, and then you can
Yeah.
edit your initiative directly.
Yep.
26.
And then make it 26. And then it should auto-fix.
God damn it. Other people typing interrupts your typing.
Yeah.
God damn it! Stop
Like
editing!
patch day.
Sorry, guys, but I know that you're all 26. You can go.
I've been nervous.
We should take the order of ourselves.
I've been nervous all week that was gonna roll shit. It was my fucking card in the back of my pocket, and I was so scared.
Well, we have decisions to make. We could try taking out Shireen in the hope that this helps us in some ways. It's like a balls deep strategy, and then me and Warren play screen. But like, that's
Focus,
dangerous.
given they're based on more PC style, where they're probably gonna. Well, okay, we saw how much damage Karna did. It would be better, instead of treating them like monsters, to focus one and get one down.
Just a heads up real quick as well to Morgaine, Shay, Kyvius, and Eerie. I sent you guys a private message above Warren's monster within. Please make sure you are noting that.
Yes.
Also, from what Warren knows, Zolt is a leader, so it is likely he can heal them.
Morgaine, would you like to take a turn?
Do you want me to go first?
If you would like to.
No, I'm so like.
You guys go in whatever order you would like.
Sorry, who all saw this message, Steel?
I think it was Insight 15 plus. So Morgaine, Shay, Kyvius, and Eerie.
Okay, working.
God, she rolled really low.
So I have a 16 insight steal. I should have probably gotten that as well.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 1 second.
So everyone but Warren.
Everybody but Warren.
Someday.
Insight's not that high.
Like I could beeline, but then we're just naked, right?
I don't think beelining is the play.
So I have a choice. I can either do Sawtooth or Karna.
Karna. She's probably the DPS over Sawtooth. And by DPS, I mean she does more damage than him.
I should ask Steel, is my out of game character knowledge an assumed warfare knowledge, or is that player knowledge?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I can tell. Okay, cool,
You can min-max.
cool.
You can
Karna-
metagame.
Karna's a DPS. She's basically a barbarian. Polo is a big DPS. Garrow's a ranger. Sawtooth is a tank. Zolt is a leader, and Shireen is a scion.
Holy shit, did you guys catch
Controller.
the fucking Cygar shade right there? Alright, we got a DPS, and a Ranger.
Oh well,
Damn.
it was because I actually
Holy
meant the
shit.
opposite. I meant the opposite of Shade. That I was more afraid of Ranger.
Wow.
So if that helps.
Wow, Warren.
Warren, target.
Robot.
All right.
She controls Polo. 1 for 2.
You mean 2 for 1?
Yeah,
can I-
yeah.
Yeah, we know what he meant.
Can I go after Morgaine?
Sure. The one thing is, if we're going, here's what I'll say: if we're going for her, I've got something that'll help everybody if it hits. But I suppose
That's true.
I suppose no matter when it will. I suppose no matter when I go, it'll last until my next
Now,
turn. So it's up to
I
you
feel
guys.
like I have to point out that the Warforged is smirking. Or
Yes.
sorry. So there's too many people
Your
not to.
knowledge in character.
Yeah. So think about that as your character would react to that, especially being an insight.
Also, Morgaine, just want to make sure that you recognize the map that we're on.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
You're a monster. Thank you.
No problem.
So is it
Oh.
like, have we been brought here to fuck with Morgaine? Is that what's?
Oh, yeah. Well, and also fuck with you guys terrain-wise, because they can see just fine, but you cannot.
I mean,
I
just,
only just-
scroll to the left on the map.
Yeah, I didn't see that till now.
Let's take a turn, guys.
So we were where we disappeared. I know Kyvius left down there. There is a single hallway. Karna can jump. She's on a rooftop. Sawtooth's on a rooftop. Garrow and him are still in the aisleway. Serene's wherever the fuck she wants to be. And so, Well, I will attempt to move forward here.
Okay.
An attempt to make a guarded strike because I'm in a very defensive posture. As soon as it wants to roll.
You bring your weapon down, and she just like hits you right in the elbow and just parries it easily, moving like step by step. And she goes, "Come on, I taught you better than that."
I just wanted your attention.
And she is marked.
Ooh.
Anything else for your turn?
I am going to. It's 1, 2. Do this one.
Oh my. I think that's just Sawtooth, though.
Yep.
Still pretty good. Yeah, Morgaine just, like, the anger that he has felt, like, just resonates and shakes the illusionary walls around you.
Ooh.
Shireen is still smiling. Warren, are you good to go?
Yeah. I just don't know.
Yeah, me either.
You just fucking jump right in, guys. Whatever the mood strikes you.
Yeah, no. There's this tentative voice in the back of my head that I don't even know if any of these guys are real.
Yeah, exactly.
See, that's what's also scaring me.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So, Warren, let me go first.
Okay, we'll do that.
All
Let
right.
Fabius go.
And I'm going to, because I'd look at Shireen's grinning face and say, that's a pretty smile, but two can play at your little mind games. And I am going to suddenly, like glasses off, black eyes just going cold, and try and attack her with a psychic assault. 9?
Ooh.
9? Oh, of
What's her
course.
fortitude?
More than
Higher
9.
than
More
9.
than 9, yeah.
She just raises a hand and just immediately, like, this barrier shimmers into existence and just deflects and shudders into nothing. And she goes, "Sweetheart, you'll have to have a mind first."
Says the Tinker Toy. And I am going to attempt to move right here next to Warren.
Yep.
All right. And that's the end of my
Um,
turn.
I'm gonna
My failed
go
turn.
next.
I'm
I-
okay with going further down the list. Keep going for it.
Wait, no, I'm gonna go first.
I'm just gonna assume that you guys are all gonna go in whatever order you want.
Yeah, I'll go. I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna line the barrel down at Shireen.
She says, "You do not want to do that, child."
Oh yeah. Oh, it's not going.
Has she still got that barrier up?
As you fucking fire the bullet, you watch as the stream of acid sails directly towards her, and she just swivels her hand around in midair, and it fires right back at you.
Oh.
Shay, does 25 hit your AC?
Oh God, yeah.
I can't stop that at all. I can't do anything to help
You
that.
take 26 points of acid damage as it bores right through your left shoulder. I warned you.
I will minor action healing surge myself. No.
How will you do that?
green-
Okay, alright, yeah, green goo.
goo. Yeah. Which adds my wisdom modifier.
Let me go next.
You know that Family Guy thing of the guy who fucking like stabs himself in the leg in prison? It's like, oh, is that what I've been doing to people?
So if she can reflect attacks...
However,
means-
it says very
Unless
clearly,
she's
his
affected
ability-
by a negative effect.
No, but all
Or
I'm
somebody
saying...
standing right next to her.
Physical.
But all I'm saying is, yeah, with physical attacks, but that means there has to be something there to reflect, so she must be physically there. Or something is physically there.
How does your hex work?
It also says if somebody is standing next to her, she can't use that ability.
How does
It's
your hex work?
it's ranged attack.
Physical ranged attack.
My hex, we've shortcutted. I don't technically have a warlock hex. Instead, I just get a permanent bonus to damage. So, yeah,
Damn it.
Steele and I worked that out before the game because there were so many marks and stuff. So I don't have a hex.
You
Hey,
have
Warren,
both
can
me.
you rush her?
We have both me and Eerie. Let one of us controllers go before you.
You know, to do the things we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'll go last in this order then.
Well, that was
Would,
good to
would
know.
you like to, or shall I?
I've shot myself.
I like yours better. It's more guaranteed.
1 or 2.
I don't know what either one is.
Okay, I'll just go, because this probably will work out a little better this way. So we are going to drop a daily.
Yeah.
It's only a 10, so it's not going to hit anybody, but it's going to target Shireen and Karna because we're going to play that one.
Oh my!
Yes. All right.
Oh my
Good to
god.
play it before, but yes, absolutely. So they are both immobilized and slowed. Or, pardon me, they both slowed rather, save ends, right?
Yeah, slowed save ends.
So Karna and Shireen have 10 fortitude.
No,
No.
it missed them.
Oh, okay.
It just doesn't matter. And then for a minor action, Karna's going to go for a bit of a trip. Right up to her buddy Garo. Right through Polo.
Yeah, you
I
fucking
can't
like
click myself
bounce
right
her
now.
off the armor.
Does that do any damage to Polo?
Hang on.
He's finding the button.
It's not going off.
That's a bummer. Guess you can't
Yeah.
use it then. You can manually roll it.
There it is.
There you go. Man, that does... I'm just checking Polo's reflex right now. A lot of pages.
I'm sure.
That does hit his reflex.
Okay, so they're both knocked prone. Polo takes 12 damage. Karna takes 6 damage.
One more time, it was Karna 6.
Karna 6.
Oh, I'm just oh, Jesus.
Well, Polo took a pretty good chunk for 12.
Yeah, she fucking like takes some of his armor spikes off as she goes fucking flying past. Lands like on her spear very, very nimbly, and you can see that she's gonna just pull herself up in no time flat.
Does anybody want to move somewhere?
You could
Also-
put me by like Shireen if you want.
Shireen looks at you, by the way, and like lets out like a tiny little gasp, like, "Oh my god!"
Don't-
just like
if you
lips
did-
pursed, very excited.
If you did put Morgan right next to Shireen, we could shoot her.
No, he's already affected by a negative.
Yeah, you can shoot her right now for free. It's
I-
just that
I wouldn't put him there because my next ability isn't friendly.
You could move me because I don't have
Well,
opportunity
you
attacks
move
on
yourself.
Shot right now. Yeah. 'Cause if I'm like right there, then I get better attack ranges.
That could work.
just be careful because I know what Warren's gonna drop.
You put them together for me.
They're playing fucking bowling and lining up pins.
Okay, yeah, I'll just Pixie Dust Morgan. He can decide for
Aw.
himself.
Uh,
If you want to go fuck up Zalt or something, if
Really,
you feel like
really
it.
quick, I just want to clarify: isn't Living Missile a minor action?
Yes,
And so
The
is
second-
Pixie Dust?
Pixie Dust is a move action.
Oh wow, okay.
More bullshit from Erie.
No, it's
well,
fine.
he could downgrade my move to a minor in
That
any
is
case.
true. Yep, that's true.
Yeah, but what about my second minor action?
Oh, of course. What about second breakfast?
You have 2 minor actions?
No.
Not yet.
Oh.
I will place myself right. Yeah, that works.
That's good because you got him marked.
Need a Kyvius, a Cygar, and a Warren.
I'll
Kyvius is
go.
already-
Kyvius is gone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Warren, do you want to go first, or you want me to go?
Let me see how this does, and then you'll go for it. I put my hand over the side of the eye, kind of anime style, as it turns a dark green, and I say, "Garo, I know you've hunted plenty of these. Let's see if you remember what they feel like."
Oh!
That is a huge AoE. It hits Garo, Karna, Polo, and Shireen.
It's a burst 3, right?
Yeah, I think it's bigger. It's Sleep, the fucking wizard daily.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's burst 3. So it's just,
Yikes.
it should be a 5x5.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Let me, I guess,
Can
re-roll
you get a
it.
description here real fast? No, it's fine. Yeah, but if you'd be willing to give me a fucking just a summary real quick of how your crit enervating gaze just basilisks these 4 people.
Well, it as they're focused on me and my movements as I'm moving myself towards Zalt currently in the process, what's normally like the innervating gaze is normally subtle and a dull gray, but instead Warren, having spent time with the power, causes it to flare bright and vibrant, like a kind of like those fists you like that glow you see on Zalt. Just this massive gout of green that any adventurer knows is usually death and turns you to stone, but instead it pushes deep into their minds and they feel compelled to gaze into it as their strength leaves them.
So what happens when a thing that doesn't do damage crits?
Oh, nothing, but it's just hilarious.
I would think that a crit, in my opinion, would be that they all fall unconscious.
Oh, that's a great idea. When you're GMing, you should definitely try that.
And as Warren starts to move over to Zalt, he looks him straight in the eyes and says, "We've sparred for years. Let's you show me what you've learned in that time." And I mark him.
Wow. He looks at you and in a way that like a shiver runs down your back, not in like an intimidating way, but like he wants to say something. He says, "Warren, this is different though," and he's marked.
Yeah. Oh, I don't
He's
know if
fucking
this
marked.
is I don't know if this is a roll I can make. Can I, knowing how well I know Zalt, could I make a warfare roll to know if his movements are true to him or an imitation like what I'm capable of doing?
100%. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
DC
know
18.
it really will. Okay.
I know you do.
I have to get a 4 or better. That didn't roll. I got it.
Okay.
I sent you a message, Warren.
Okay, cool. I think the smile that crosses Warren's face as he settles into the stance definitely speaks that he's excited. It's someone familiar.
And just Saigar.
Quick rules question. Do enemies who are prone take more damage?
No.
Okay.
They just
you
gain cover versus ranged attack, so it would be a -2
Right.
to a roll.
If you're adjacent, they have combat advantage though, so it's better for melee but worse for ranged.
Wait, I'm confused. Sorry.
If
Yeah.
If you're trying to hit a kneeling, smaller, or prone target from ranged, it's harder. It's easier if you're melee.
Got it. Okay.
But man, 3 of them are grouped rather close together.
4. Yeah.
I realize that, Kybius. However,
After
I'm
your
going
turn,
I'm going to take out an arrow and point it towards Shreen. I don't know what your what's behind your machinations here, but I'd like to know more about it. And I'm going to use my lens of momentary sight on her.
Very, very briefly, you see sort of the real world as the illusion fades all around you. You can see that you are still in the hallway fighting them. It's just the backdrop that has changed.
So she's very real then. Okay.
She is very real, and she appears to be herself Warforged, true and true. She's not any kind of disguised creature. None of these people are illusions.
Okay, I'm going to target her and use this ability. One second here. Well, I think I know my enemy. It's you.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty fucking good. That's 100% a hit.
Wow. Wow.
She takes the fucking arrow like full force. She like puts her hand up and it just shatters her sort of like pink psychic barrier, and she looks very concerned. And she looks at Karna and she says, "I can only take one of those now." And Karna says, "Yes, now." What do you do?
That's my turn. I really can't do anything else.
Just checking. Karna is slowed and she is unable to move. or she's unable to move. She can still fucking chuck a spear though, and even though she is marked by Morgaine currently, she's going to throw it towards let's say Warren in this case, since you're the only like easy shot for her.
Oh. I can't. Yeah, that's a ranged attack, right? Let me double check the wording on my own ability. Melee. Yep. No.
It is.
Yep,
it
She's
that
is
also
ranged.
she's also -4.
Yes.
2 for being prone, 2 for the thing.
Yeah, she like fucking like gets up, she pulls her like springs herself back up to her feet, and she just chucks her fucking spear at you as it ignites midair, and just sails towards you.
Yeah, I can't. Even +4 would put me at 24. It would
It's
still
gonna
hit
be
me.
really embarrassing if she fails her save.
Oh my god. Yeah, I take that. I take that for sure.
Jesus.
Aw.
So there's one save.
Is she still
that,
slow or not?
Well, it depends on, is that against Warren's or mine?
That's against yours. That's the one that I'm more concerned about.
Okay.
And then this will be the second one against Warren, I guess.
And she's
Okay.
unconscious.
And she's down.
Unconscious she goes.
Aha! Oh.
Oh.
Sorry, just the way.
Garrow looks right at you, fucking Kyvius, and he like strafes a little bit. These are hard tokens to move, just in order to kind of get a better shot. And he also fires like both of his shotguns directly at you, if I can.
Those are both going to hit.
Now he's got a -2 because he's shaken, so it's technically 20 and 18 versus AC.
And it's another -2 because I am fuzzy. So it's 18 and 16, but those both still hit.
Okay, but it's 17 points of damage as just both fucking shotgun blasts just kick up the illusionary dirt at your feet, and you can see that like there's chunks of like flora and green and leaves that scatter out of nothing. Melee basic attack. If he is.
And after he does that, like hits, and he's and Kyvius goes, "Oh, Garrow, I have been waiting for this for so long," and he just lifts up his hands, and a gout of flame shoots out towards Garrow.
Oh my
Don't
god,
forget,
the range on
Garrow's
that's so
save.
gross. Garrow does also have to save. Well done.
Oops, I need to hold my thing. Infernal Wrath. 15 fire damage.
Jesus. Fucking Jesus. And then here's his save against unconsciousness.
Wow.
Well,
Ow.
99!
Unconscious. For those who don't remember, unless helped by an ally, sleep remains until their next turn where they have to roll again to save, and while they're unconscious, any hit is an automatic coup de grace auto crit. That power is insane, and I'm glad we've got 2 fails.
Can I correct you for 1 second? It's coup de grace.
Coup de
Okay, I
grace,
took-
sorry.
I took 5 years of French. It's not coup de grace.
I could use a sub
Big
accent.
grace.
Merci beaucoup, Shay.
Sorry.
Bonjour!
You
Comment
Bonjour.
allez-vous aujourd'hui?
Je suis fromage. I stand alone.
Je suis un ananas.
Morgaine, you spin just in time to like bring up your shield against the huge, heavy, like angry blows of just the Oni just raining weapon and weapon and weapon down at you, and you just again just push him back. And at one point in time, he just roars and just sort of like throws the weapon aside, furious, and just tosses it, and just reverts back to his vest.
I if I could make one amendment to that as a cool little
Please.
thing. If, as his last strike, he sort of like Morgaine just sort of sidestepped him and he buried it into the ground, and Morgaine just sort of stepped on top of the sword and said, "Who do you think trained me?"
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Zalt again looks very apprehensive, and he like takes a few cautious sort of like general like punches and kicks towards you, but as you are prone, it's not like it's the most effective combat style. He's very clearly not trying to like cause significant harm to you. His heart's not really in it. However, he does go ahead and give 3 hit points, 10 hit points to Shireen, as his sort of combat rhythm keeps them all flowing together.
Ooh, that's cool. The minus plus the prone equals 21, which misses.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Polonius is still slowed,
Slowed and
You
prone.
can reach. Oh, okay.
so he stands up from prone as a move action, and that is the end of his turn. And he can make a saving throw.
He makes it.
Aw.
Hey, we got 2. All right, that's pretty good odds.
Ooh, that's a bad pose.
Oh my god, look at him.
I like how the temp HP bar is just her whole HP bar. It just looks like it's so much more than it is.
Shireen begins to weave her hands into complex magic, that, and again, you can just sort of feel like the world around you beginning to shimmer and shudder and shake. There is very clearly like a big spell that she has prepared. Give me a second. And she is going to use
I'm going to spend a
absolute
hero point
ruination. Oh,
to make an action right now.
okay.
And Shireen's going to go smack Polo back down.
Damn.
I will destroy. Whoa!
She's just going to end up right in the middle of all 4 of them.
Are you not there?
No, right in the middle. Like 1 square down. Right there. Perfect.
Okay.
So I
can't
was assumed... Yeah, that's fine. Shireen... yeah, just Shireen would get knocked prone, but he
Okay.
wouldn't. And he would only take 5 damage. She'd take 2.
Okay. She's lost a little bit of her temp HP. Wait, that's easier to do. And then she is going to use absolute ruination, and she, with her eyes again glowing a deadly pink, you can feel the static in the air as she unleashes just this wave of psychic energy over all of you. Does 28 hit your will?
Well, it's a crit.
It's crit.
There is no effect. You all are blasted backwards, knocked unconscious for you think maybe like a half second at most. But within like a span of her affecting you with whatever the fuck this is, you immediately like pull yourself back to consciousness, and her face contorts into confusion and horror. And she like looks down at herself, like her hands, and looks back at you and goes, "What? How did you do that?" And that's the end of my turn.
You tried
That's a
to
save.
do it again, didn't you?
Or two,
Oh, right.
2 saves.
She does
2
make
saves.
some
1 for
fucking
me,
saves.
1 for Warren. So me first, I guess?
Yeah, you first. Hang on. She makes
Oh,
it,
jeez.
and she makes it.
It's time for her to die.
And before anything else basically has a chance to occur, like looking around at her fallen companions, she says, "Fine, this isn't over," and she begins to shimmer out, and they all begin to like teleport away.
Oh. Did they completely teleport away, or did they just start
Or they're
to?
starting to.
They are starting to sort of phase out. Morgan, is your turn.
I am going to take the opportunity attack.
Here he comes.
Okay, hang on. Bop. So he's got a +4 to
Doesn't
attack rolls. When he's
Oh, he
unarmed
does?
like this, he's got +4 to attack that costs him -2 to damage. So
Okay.
27 versus AC.
That's unfortunate.
25. 25 versus AC.
Because when he does that,
Oh, jeez. He fucking teleports and punches somebody else?
punches Shireen. Yeah.
Damn.
Man.
If I could somehow leave access for Morgaine for the sword slot, if that was somehow possible.
Well, he put the sword away, I think, right?
Well, I just meant for Morgaine to get to
Oh,
Shireen.
yeah.
And how much does Shireen take damage-wise?
14.
Bonks her.
Which squares is Polo in?
Man, that is a good fucking question. He is in these 4 squares. He's sharing a square with Shireen. Since I'm not going to argue with Yuri's bullshit.
Okay, she's tiny. So if Shireen can fit through, other Warforged could, right?
Oh my god. No.
That was 1, 2, 3,
Yeah, you could get there.
4.
Just-
5. Is that right? He's in that spot, but technically it's 1 square of movement to charge, and I have line of sight. Am I allowed to charge?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna move myself here, so I'm not overlapping a token.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh my god, Morgaine is right in the middle of everybody!
Oh, he's gonna ruin them all.
Oh.
Morgaine, are you doing a coup de grace?
Against Shireen? Sure.
She's not
You're
prone,
off. Well,
right?
she's prone but not helpless. I was concerned about Garrow for a second there.
You're talking to the wrong person in the party right now.
I know.
And because she's prone, he gets a +2 to AC?
Yeah.
Or, sorry,
Oh
attack?
yeah, 19 AC fucking hits her, no probs.
And she is marked.
She's at 0. You fucking like clunk her on the back of the head. And as she hits 0 hit points basically, you watch as sort of the dream reality all around you begins to fade. This combat is over just like that. Because the rest of the spell, as she hits 0 hit points, finishes as well, and you watch as they are cast far, far, far away. You watch as Garrow and Polo and Zolt and everyone, not just in these caves, but are pulled, again, you get the impression of miles away.
So she was able to successfully cast the spell?
It seems
It's
that
if
as
she
she
cast the spell, but it was but like it took a while to.
Could
They
I
are
get a reaction because she is marked to try to grasp her gem that is in her forehead?
Absolutely.
What do you want me
That's
to roll?
interesting.
Just a strength check.
Nope.
You are successful. I don't have the card finished. My apologies. So just so you know, this is what it looks like.
Dragonfly.
What?
But the card's not finished. But I wasn't expecting you to pull out fucking Shireen's core. This will be a TBD thing. But you do basically pull out her fucking still moving brain.
I'm not gonna lie, that's some hardcore shit right there.
That's a little hardcore, Morgaine. Yeah, that was some Cygar level shit just now.
She's not dead. I told you this before, Shay. This is just her.
So wait, we have a high value hostage now?
I don't know. Well, let's throw her in the bag of holding. Deal with it later.
Can she affect? Now she was like a psychic-y thing. Can she?
She's detached from everything. It's
I
like
think-
you're
I think
blind,
even
deaf,
the
and
bag of-
dumb.
I think putting her in the bag of holding, I think probably blocks at least some of her abilities.
Oh, because she's like in like a different plane of existence, isn't she? She's like in a
Correct,
pocket
yes.
dimension. Oh, that's a good
Exactly, the
point.
pocket dimension, exactly.
That's a good point.
Things in there cannot affect a material world, right?
Hey, wait, did we just survive that?
We did.
Really efficiently.
Wow.
What the fuck did happen? Yeah, I mean, I got a little beat up. I'm not feeling the best, but I'm a fucking live right now.
I can't believe I am a little upset because, I memorized Connor's movements for her throwing the spear, and she hit me the second time. I'm a little upset, but
Yeah,
other than
listen.
that,
You know there is some sort of god in this world because we aren't around Karna when she wakes up.
Well, here's my question. If we're holding Shireen's brain, how will she wake up? I'm actually kind of interested to see.
I feel like the body is now basically lifeless. Like
Just
an
as
automaton,
my
right?
But what I'm saying is, Shireen was doing something to... I mean, we saw on the ship, Shireen was doing something to her that stoked that angry part of her. And I'm just wondering if... I mean, don't get me wrong. Morgaine, your sister, all due respect to you, a bit of a hothead. But you saw what I saw on that ship. Shireen was doing something that made her go like... "Ah!"
hey, something just occurs to me. I was planning for that creature to come back and
Yeah,
and
I
ambush
think we
them.
should move on a little bit quickly, don't you?
We should go. It only kind of like flew off the side of the edge, didn't it? Like maybe like about 5 feet or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should probably move on.
One thing is, I'm not sure, and this is me not studying on things. I don't know how the Sorothian works with cores and how he takes it over. Maybe he can know where the core is. So, just throwing that out there.
So don't take it out of the bag.
So leave it in the bag.
Yeah, don't. We aren't touching it after we put it in the bag.
And don't
I
forget
just-
your healing surges.
I didn't think I was gonna get the chance to see their story continue. I didn't want it to end here to us.
Look, we should probably get moving. We have things to discover, right?
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
highly
We're not gonna wait
recommend
for anybody.
We
you
need-
use
we
something
need to
called
get
a
moving.
healing surge. I don't know. I think it exists.
Canonically on that map, did everyone see, did the characters see what was happening in the side there, or was that just
I
the
don't
player?
think so, right? Just the players, yeah? Because it was in a different room.
I don't really follow the question. I'm sorry.
Okay, so on the map,
the previous battle map, no.
Yeah. Okay.
Was that just like an Easter egg?
Easter egg.
So while we are walking and talking, because we are walking and talking... By the way, where are we walking?
Should we before we do that? Should we take our 10-minute
We could afford
at
a
the-
long rest, guys.
at the halfway point of the session?
Let's go for another 15, 20 if that's okay with you, and then we'll take a 10.
Totally fine. Just bringing awareness.
Walk and talk and use your healing
I just
surges
want,
as
before we walk and talk, I feel it's safe to say we might be able to afford one long rest.
Oh!
If we can.
Because
I mean,
they're
we
miles...
also have that thing coming after us.
Because
Yeah,
they're...
that's true.
Yeah, but if we hide in one of these buildings, maybe
The-
they can't find us.
But
The
maybe
only-
it can.
The only problem, the only thing to think of, is they offed the king, so I don't know how quickly they're planning to move their car machinations forward.
You're not
We
wrong,
also
but...
don't know where their other people went.
Yeah.
Where what other people... went.
I'm just asking for 8 hours.
Look, do we really need to
I
stop now?
think we
We're
can
just
afford
so
8
close.
hours, given the fact that they were transported miles away from
That's
here.
Kaz. That isn't Morgaine. Morgaine's fucking go.
I think we should take a break.
There are rooms,
yeah.
there are beds, Morgaine could take a rest.
Honestly, all of us could. We could really be at our top shape if
Well,
we do.
we're not gonna get a long rest here. Like this is just for Morgaine.
To
Well,
give Morgaine enough
yeah, I
time.
know we're not gonna get all our powers and stuff back, but
I think if you guys wanted to pop into sort of one of the nearby side buildings, you could take a long rest. Probably, yeah. You could be like spending a couple of days here with no immediate threat.
Maybe.
Wait, before you say anything else, how often are we offered this opportunity? Never.
Well, the Gigases are so big that they can't fit in one of those fucking houses, right?
Okay, now you're just totally baiting us.
I'm just saying they can't.
They can destroy it, but
All
they
I'm saying
can't
is
go in through the front door.
It has been
We never get this
rare.
opportunity.
It has been a rare opportunity in this campaign to take a long rest, and we were just offered one. I am voting to take a long rest now.
I'm voting to take it as well, just because I don't know what's coming up ahead.
Same. I think we've been punished and been grueling through trying not to take rests. And we have an opening where we're actively ahead enough that we could try to catch our breath.
All in favor, say aye.
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 I think we're good.
Okay.
Sure.
Do me a favor then, real quick, guys. We will take the 10 minutes real quick now here. Don't worry about updating like your powers or your health or anything like that. Just because in case there is an interrupt to the long rest, which there might be, you never know. We'll pick up on this after the 5-minute break here. We'll be back in like I don't know, let's say 20 after.
Of course.
Okay, sounds good. Just cause
Over the
don't worry about updating those things, guys. Just cause there might be.
also over the fuck.
What?
That was. I'm
Wait.
out of words. Like I thought we were gonna lose some people there.
I'll see you guys at 20.
See you at 20.
While move yours with the unconscious thing. Holy shit.
We like
That was
one
good.
rounded like half of the party.
Well, we took out their two hardest hitting DPS with just the an unconscious save throw miss, right?
As we are bedding down to make this decision, as the party is discussing it, Warren spends a little extra time looking at Shay to see if she has any like against.
Well, I've noticed something already. When we were up top of the rooftop, I noticed that Shay's wounds are almost like leaking a shadowy material.
Why don't we take the, because I think Steel is gone. Why don't we take the 10
Oh.
and then we come back and talk about it?
Fair enough.
We should also message Karna's group to see where they got teleported to.
We'll pay for that. Wakey, wakey.
Yeah, just so we can
I
know.
think Kygus wants to send a message to Garo, be like, nah, 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 nah.
I want to send a message to Karna just being like, we have your Warforged core. You just have to catch up.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Well, like if we shove our core in Shay, right? That just fixes it.
Wait,
I have
what?
no idea. You should
Raven
have took
Queen-
her eye.
Raven Queen will just like, yeah, well, that's true. Raven Queen will just show up and be like, 1 soul, please. And Shay will be like, here you go. And be like, okay, thank you, bye.
God damn it, Lego! Why do you have to keep releasing new shit?
Because it's Lego. That's how they make money.
I know, but I have to buy every new set that they come out with.
Do you have a giant room with like all constructed Lego pieces?
I have a lot of boxes of Lego I have not built yet. A lot. And it has
So you
I
say
swear to God, this is not. I swear to God, I promise you, this is not like a humble brag or something. It's in the $20,000 plus range right now.
fucking hell.
I actually got it insured.
You are a madman.
Yeah. Listen, some people buy nice cars.
You know those
I
kids
buy
that,
Lego.
those kids that like talk about like the really cool house in elementary school. They would walk into that room and just be like, "Oh, I found heaven."
So, I mean, I've gotten pretty lucky with some things as well. Like I didn't spend all that money necessarily because,
No,
like,
no, no.
for
Look, it's
example,
collectors. It's something
yeah,
fun
yeah,
to
but
do.
like, for
So, like,
example,
yeah.
I found the original Star Destroyer that came out in 1999. I got it super cheap. I got it for $150,
Wow.
and it's in its original condition, original box, unopened. It is worth more than $4,000.
Yep. I was looking at trying to get that one of those for like even like one of the later editions for my nephew, and I think they're still 500.
Yeah, the one I have is the gigantic, huge one, right?
Yeah.
The absolute massive beast.
Lego has gotten more expensive.
It's not too bad. It's about 10 cents apart. It's not that bad.
So I guess relative.
My problem is they keep releasing new like themes that I'm like just keep wanting to buy. I don't know when the fuck I'm ever going to build any of this.
I'm gonna be right back.
It's a lot of furious typing there, Wild.
Oh shit! Yeah, I've never been able to do it to type quietly since I switched to voice activated for D&D. It always comes up.
Yeah, like a keyboard.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. The clicking, you can't do much about it because it's even if you have the sensitive turn on all the way, it's just the way the way the click happens in the mechanical keyboard. It's going to trigger voice activation. It's one of those like
Pretty much.
frequencies that you can't get rid of. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does because I tried to fuck with it a lot.
You just can't like any microphone will pick it up. It's just the nature of the I guess the as I said, it's just a frequency of the click, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Man, I'm so. Oh, I've been scared all week. I'm so happy.
Right?
I know. I'm actually like I was on the edge of my seat that entire time.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck, this is it. Wait,
When
especially
we
when you
made
throw the
it-
spear, I'm like, oh, at you. I'm like, holy fuck, that took half your health in one hit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just like that. Thank God I didn't head my way because I'd be dead.
I am back.
That would be just like, Cygar's just impaled in a spear. That's it.
I was terrified all week. I thought like, yeah, people gonna die, and fucking holy shit. The Basilisk crit was so impactful.
Well, it wasn't. The crit didn't matter, did it?
It did because it hit.
It mattered that I hit everyone.
Right, it's a guaranteed hit. Right, got it.
Yeah. And Eerie throwing them into a pile helped a lot.
Yep.
The mass prone and slowing. When we survived their turn, I was like, we got it.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
When it was at the end of their turn, and I was looking at the turn tracker, and I'm like, they're still unconscious, so they're still likely to lose out on a turn on how all this is playing out.
So, while we're waiting for the folks to come back, quick rules question: both Karna and Garrow would have been were unconscious. Sorry, they were at 0 health. Or sorry, they're unconscious, correct?
Yes. So when a creature falls asleep, they're known as helpless.
Right.
Which is a little different.
Right. If I had fired a rain of arrows that hit all nine squares, would that have killed them immediately?
So if you are helpless, you are susceptible to being killed by a coup de grace. Did I pronounce it exact? I feel like it's coup de grace.
Yep.
So if you make an attack, including your rain of arrows, against a helpless opponent, it is automatically a critical hit, so you roll double damage for it. And if it does greater damage, like equal to or greater damage to the bloodied value of the target, then they die. So in this case, for example, most of them have a bloodied value of around 20 hit points or so, 15 to 20, because again, it's or probably bloodied value is half your health, so around 32-ish hit points. If you did that much damage on a crit, you just auto kill the target.
They don't even get a chance to save anything or anything.
Nope.
I wouldn't be able to even like use like an RP method to say that they're not actually dead.
If you were to bring a target down to 0 hit points, you are able to describe what that means.
Got it.
It is very tough to non-lethally shoot a bunch of fucking arrows into somebody.
Also,
Yeah.
That what I just rolled right now would have just killed them, right?
Probably, yeah.
Interesting. Okay, I
Please,
didn't know that.
please stop doing that.
So
Don't they-
remember they are rolling 2 rain of arrows, so because it would be treated as an auto crit.
Right. No,
Go
no,
ahead,
I'm just trying to theoretically realize.
No, I know.
What
Go ahead and give me.
I was trying to perfectly trying to avoid doing that, if that makes sense.
I understand. Go ahead and give me one more rain of arrows.
Just to see how much the damage it would have
Yeah,
been.
because it would be a crit, right? Theoretically, it would be double damage.
I'd do that if I could select my character. I don't know why my browser's doing this to me.
Also, we probably need to talk about the thing she did that had no effect.
So
Yeah,
43 damage would kill anything that has 86 health or less. But let's not talk game stuff when we're on break. Is Benji back?
Yes.
Awesome. You guys victorious over your long-term foes. Dangerous, but of course you triumphed, being the heroes that you are. What is next?
What were we just saying before we went on break? It was something we said and then we paused because
Talking about taking a long rest.
no, there was something else.
Saigar was saying something that he noticed about Shay.
Right. So I know, Warren, you're worried about Shay. One thing I did notice is her wounds are seeping almost like a black shadowy substance into the air.
Yeah. I'm not the best liar in the world, so I don't feel like it's my right to tell you what's happening, but
You don't have to.
it's not good.
So,
Oh shit! I just realized.
yeah.
If we take a long rest. And Saigar's words kind of trail off, but I think the implications are pretty clear to the rest of everyone else.
Shay hasn't told everyone.
Yeah,
else.
Shay hasn't told anyone else.
Are you okay, Shay?
Yeah. You know I'm alright. But, I am not going to make it to the end of this. I deal with the Raven Queen. It turns out it was a little bit more costly than I thought.
She's coming to call in the favor, and very soon.
Is there nothing we can do?
I don't know.
Well, so you you made a bargain with the Raven Queen and she's coming to collect. Is that what you're saying? Or she's collecting right now?
The next time that I go to sleep, it's gonna be the last.
Can we parlay a bargain with the Raven Queen, as silly as it sounds?
I don't think that sounds silly at all.
I mean, it is a god we're talking about.
I don't have the answer to that.
Well, let's try. How do you get in contact with gods? Do you fire? Do you light a big fire?
I could try and message her.
Yeah, that's worked. Do that.
Okay, I'll take out the 50 residuum and
I'll
start
subtract it.
scrawling out the sending ritual.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Can you, when you are ready, at the course of this 10 minutes, can you tell me sort of what you say to the Raven Queen?
Okay, I got my 25 words.
Sure.
That was quick. That's why he's the limerick master.
I know this may overstep, but we are on the precipice of finding greatness. I hope we could make it to the end together.
Claire, I am going to PM you reply in Discord.
The Raven Queen was
You-
ready!
You all watch as like Erie's eyes just open suddenly and they are black irises, just black pupil, and she sort of freezes for a moment.
That's really cool.
A little bit scary.
But
And then-
fucking cool.
And the blackness fades from Erie's eyes.
Well, she says that she agrees, and that Shay will live, and there's no debt left.
And
What?
with that, Shay, you watch as the black mark from your forehead vanishes, as if like taken from you by an entity with far more power than you can possess. And you know that the curse is broken and that you will live.
What the fuck? Wait. Wait. What the fuck just happened?
What do you... You just sent her a message and she was like, cool, I'll take off the hit? Can you
None
do
of you
that
ever
for the
tried
call?
praying before?
No. I like to think 4K didn't work.
Hey, do we have any other gods we could ask for favors right now?
Yeah,
No,
this
he's-
is
he's
working.
good on the
great.
list at this point.
Also,
I
also-
do not believe in deities, but like this has changed my
Sorry,
opinion a
sorry.
little bit.
I just want to say, Shay, I'm not fucking with you. You legitimately know that you will live.
What?
Like you would see Shay kind of like doing like that, like eyes to the like sides, like
I don't
Well,
mean to be insulting in any way, but that was a little anticlimactic for me. I kept this deep-seated secret. Remember when I yelled at all of you that we had to leave? It's because she was gonna die.
Listen, this has been the most traumatic hour of my life in the last 9 years. Glad you're okay now, Shay. You shouldn't keep secrets from me. You're a jerk. I'm happy you're alive. Go now, I guess.
Is there any... Okay, I'm sorry. This was... Yes, I think we're all in a little bit of disbelief. But just before we decide to, like, lay down for a little bit, Shay, is there anything that pleases the Raven Queen or something that we could do for her?
Yeah, can we
Did we do
give
the
her,
thing?
like, thanks?
She could have Shireen's core if she wants. That's like an immortal being. I'm not sure what her stance on that is.
Is
I don't want to say that don't look a gift horse in the mouth, but I would probably say that right now. But what are we trying to do here?
Leave or further leave into the tunnel.
Are we going to rest?
the only reason I was opposed is because I thought Shay was going to die in 8 hours.
No, I really think now that we know that it's not a threat anymore, we should be resting. We've been given an opportunity.
Listen,
we've been going at this for so
we've got
long.
a little town. We've got a perfect little setup. Let's all play house for 24 hours.
Wait. Morgaine raises his hand. Erie, where is the Raven Queen?
Oh my god. You really do want to look a gift horse in the mouth.
The answer, Erie, is that the Raven Queen is actually Kiovasan and is located currently in High Helm, Brannock.
I will portray that to the group.
What?
What?
Wait, what?
It's true, it's cute.
You guys have been in
Whatever
this
you think.
for a long time, and then as you are pondering this, you can see down the end of one of the nearby halls, there is a person who looks a little bit like Vale, but like in a tall, statuesque fashion, wearing a crown and sort of beckons you onwards.
Oh, I guess.
And you get
Follow
that
Vale.
you have done it.
Are we resting first or no?
No, let's go.
Hey, we're being summoned.
Does that
He's
mean
gonna wave. Vale, is that you?
my childhood friend that I grew up with and watched kill a dragon is Kyo?
It makes more sense, I guess.
She taught me.
Can we... Wait. All of this is happening really quickly.
I feel like there's a major
I ask-
information dump. My brain's hurting.
Can I ask
You follow Vale up to the surface, where a part of the mountain is this beautiful pink forest of trees. And as you are trying to sort of ponder what's going on, a beautiful pink sphinx appears. And she says, "Halt, adventurers! For you to travel any further, you must answer me these riddles 3.
Everybody, does anyone remember when Shireen tried to psychic blast us?
Son of a bitch.
The first riddle, what can point in every direction, but cannot reach the destination by themselves?"
A compass?
That is correct! Second riddle, the Sphinx says. And if you solve all 3 of my riddles, I will grant to you treasure beyond your wildest imaginations. Second
This is all
riddle.
a ruse.
Excuse me, I'm speaking. When I am made of stone, I represent nothing. When I am made of glass, I am fragile and easily broken. When I am cold, I am cruel. When I am made of gold, I am loved. What am I?
A heart?
That is correct! Yes, very much so. Now, the final riddle. I have eyes, but I cannot see. I have feet, but I cannot walk. I am always numbered less than 3, and the masses tremble when I talk. What am I?
Are you a hurricane?
That is correct, she says. You have solved all 3 of my riddles, and for that, I will grant you treasure beyond your wildest beliefs. I'm gonna link some cards real fast here.
Can I? Is there a way to roll for nosebleed?
Hang on for a split second, I got some treasure to link. Hold up.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
No,
no.
first! There's a lot of text on this one.
We-
The infinite iron
Yep,
gauntlet
yep.
she
I
says
knew it.
passes over.
We have been absolutely mindfucked.
Guys, GM's trying to talk here.
Oh,
It's this big brass gauntlet that has 7 spots in it or so. I don't know how many there are, but 6 spots it says, that are empty sockets into the knuckles in the back of the hand. And as you can see, for each gemstone, each Ioun stone that you put will grant you incredible powers. And she says, and the second item I bestow upon you belong to an ancient, powerful lich, far beyond anything you can possibly imagine. I give to you Spell Pros.
What?
Spell Pros. It is a +7 implement. That is the item card.
Crutch. Why does it have magic mana in the description? There's magic the gathering
That's
mana.
the flashback cost.
Shay grabs the Infinite Iron Gauntlet.
Okay, I'll put it in your inventory.
Are we still under a fucking spell right now?
Yes.
Do you wish to
Are
proceed
we?
through the forest? Erie, what do you think?
Absolutely. This is nothing but good things happening. Look, our luck had to turn around sometime.
May I make an insight check?
Sure.
Actually, you know what? Actually, as Erie's fluttering about, Shay is literally just gonna grab him midair.
Make an attack roll.
Fucking right, I will.
Why can't I do insight?
What am I doing? A D20? You know what?
It
Fuck
would
it.
be,
Fuck it. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just roll a D20. I rolled a 6, so I missed you.
You succeed on a 6. You grab Erie out of the sky.
What the fuck did you do?
What do you mean? What did I do? Let me go.
Erie, I'm supposed to die right now.
Please.
Can you not choke Erie?
Erie! Like, her hand, like, actually, clenches a little harder. I am literally supposed to die right now.
I'm gonna try. If it goes like if he starts actually hurting Yuri, I'm gonna grab Shay's wrist.
She. No, it's more of like a playful like shake.
Okay. And why can't I roll insight right now?
You need your character token, I think.
I thought I didn't need that for. I guess I do.
I thought we didn't need to for.
You shouldn't know.
Yeah, see, I rolled.
Yeah, it's just 2x. Like it's whenever I go over either the skill bonus or the. Oh, I know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm dumb. I figured it out.
It's pretty high.
On a 25 insight, you know that that this is very in keeping with what the Stare of Penance is all about. This really matches up with the groove that you were anticipating coming up here, and that there is definitely more to be experienced further on.
I guess keep going forward. Because if we're under a spell, I don't know how to get out of it.
I have no idea what any of this is. You know, honestly, the music that's kind of like playing right now is kind of contrary to what I was thinking.
You hear a Gigas roar like directly next to your ear, but of course there's nothing there. I don't know why that sound effect even played. Don't worry about it.
We should probably get.
Can I?
Warren, am I gonna die?
I think we all might die. Can I hold out my arm and see if something bites it?
You hold out your arm and nothing bites it. Do you want something to bite it?
I want the.
I feel like this
bite
is like
it.
a wish fulfillment area. I don't understand what's going on.
Without further ado, you continue onwards, and you
graphics.
put yourself in combat initiative order as Warren is looking for something to bite him.
The Gigas.
Yeah, or like whatever though.
Okay.
Are we rolling for initiative?
In a second here, just put yourself in kind of a combat order.
Are you fucking serious? I used the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh, that's cool. I will talk about that in a second. It has no gems in it currently.
Another flumps.
Are those flumps?
They are beholders. They are powerful, deadly-looking foes.
I'm so confused.
If you can go ahead and roll
scared.
initiative.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. I'm terrified. I've never been more afraid. Look at it. Look at he's pink and adorable.
Morgane's like whole initiative is so bad because this whole thing is like slightly predicting what's gonna happen to plan ahead. And
Wait a minute. Hang on. Did Erie roll a 61, or am I freaking out?
Erie did roll a 61, but I mean, it was bound for him to have a good initiative score at some point in time.
Wait, 42 miscellaneous bonus? What the fuck?
Hang on.
He's a scion, guys. Don't fucking build shame your friend.
Steel.
I'm gonna go ahead and put some comic music on real fast.
Steel, as a friend, is this entirely to get back of us? Because like, fuck you for trying to contact God.
Have I died yet?
Erie, it is your turn. What do you do?
Wildly Theme 2.
Let me look at my powers.
He has to look at his new powers.
Can I just like reach out and summon a black hole behind this beholder?
Fucking yeah, you can. You watch as all the fucking beholders are sucked into just like the eternal darkness beyond.
And there
but
they
from
go.
the black hole, emerges a far more dangerous threat, unlike anything that you could have possibly predicted. And Tiamat joins the fray.
Oh no! Then as a minor action,
no, you finished your turn.
Shit.
Said its initiative. It goes before me.
Oh yeah, hang on. Let me swing over to its turn then real fast. It uses a powerful attack against you, Shay, and just exhales.
What?
Fucking, yeah, does 12 hit your reflex?
Can I react to block that hit?
No,
you can't. Morgan,
no.
you leap in front of it, you knock it aside like a hero or whatever.
12 doesn't. That's a lot of damage.
But you missed though. Like Morgan protected you.
Kaido,
your turn.
You know.
What?
Fuck it.
Hang on.
I'm gonna immediate reaction that shit.
Okay.
The hibbly bibbly. Bleh. Ooh.
I don't think that hits Tiamat's AC.
It does not. Well, actually, hang on. Is it just 11?
Would it be 12? Would 12 hit?
Oh shit! It is 11. Yeah.
Would 12 hit?
12 would then hit.
12 would hit?
And, hang on.
Wait. 12 would hit.
Yeah. I don't know how
Are
many
you
times
saying
he's hit it.
Tiamat
Steel
becomes...
Would 12 hit?
12 does hit, yes.
Oh yeah, then I'm gonna use my lucky scaffold.
You feel extremely lucky. It takes 20 points of damage, and you bloody the target as Tiamat enters the second phase. Kai, this is your turn.
I cannot believe I used that.
Oh
I
no, that
would
recharges
like-
its chromatic breath.
That's true.
I would like to focus really hard and imagine Tiamat as the size of a flea.
Like, what do you mean? Like, you'd like to pretend Tiamat is the size of a flea?
Exactly.
Can you roll an imagination check for me?
No, how do I do that?
I'm not really sure.
Okay, so that didn't do anything, is what you're saying.
Oh, well, you've got to roll your imagination check. So just, like, a roll 1d20 plus whatever your imagination score is.
Well, given that I figured out the imagination as a child, it must be very, very large. So let's say
That's probably true.
4.
Probably at least a 3.
It becomes very small.
What?
Is that your turn?
Yes, that's my turn.
Okay. There you go. Warren, what do you do on your turn?
Can I? Oh my god. I have no fucking
Go
idea.
step on it. Go step on it.
Okay, I walk forward towards the flea of doom, and I would like
It's
to try.
still literally Tiamat.
Can I summon a Buster Sword into my hand?
Fuck yeah! I mean, well, hang on. I shouldn't just say fuck yeah immediately. Would you be willing to go ahead and again give me an imagination check, please?
Okay, yeah. Do I know what my imagination score is?
We haven't really talked about it. I'm kind of just trusting you guys to sort of figure out whatever is best.
Okay, that feels fair. Well, I definitely got more than Kyvia, so we'll just.
What?
Like 4.5.
A Buster Sword appears in your hand, called to you by your Sword Mage powers. What would you do?
What?
I fucking run forward and bring the sword down with a mighty swipe.
Omni Slash.
Oh shit! Oh wait, I forgot to. That's not fair. It wasn't the appropriate.
Yeah, that's a little high, I think.
The appropriate attack name.
Oh my god.
Thank you. Yeah, you do 17 points of damage.
Do I win?
Well, you weren't going to. Would you like to?
No. I want to
Okay.
do a cool pose for my friends to fire from behind me.
You twirl it and rest it on your shoulders. Is that?
Yeah, like 8
I
or
mean,
10
you might be
times.
like a gaseous form, maybe something called a cloud or something like that.
We'll pretend my hair's very spiky and end my turn.
Saigar, it is your turn.
I'm going to use a lens of momentary sight on this literally Tiamat. Does
Awesome.
it reveal anything?
Yes, what does it look like? What is it actually?
It is actually not there. I
Invisible
imagine
Tiamat?
nothingness.
That is terrifying.
I feel like we're all very gigantically stoned.
You, by disbelieving the illusion, because of course you've cleverly figured out that it is the illusion, you have overcome Tiamat. Congratulations. You guys all are going to gain 2 levels from this.
Hang on, let me calculate the XP.
Oh, actually, that would be helpful if you don't mind. Also, a magical creature appears and begins throwing you gold and Residium. Kaz, if you'd bustle the spreadsheet, I have some Residium for you as well.
Can I do more gains resolved against absolute ruination?
What is that? Oh, the ability that she used like way back in the fight?
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the card when it flashed up. That didn't actually have any effect.
Yeah, I'm just paranoid as fuck right now. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, what does your resolve do?
I'm just trying to. He can't. Something's happening and he doesn't understand it. And he is particularly worried, especially because of the visions he was shown of the old town, that this is just a continuation of that illusion. And particularly looking into how easy it was to get her gem. Her
Sure.
core.
Do you want to roll your imagination for that one too?
No, I'll roll the real ability. And then just the d20.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
We gain 235,000 XP.
No, you succeed on the 4. What is your prediction for this place? What do you think is going on?
My prediction. This is gonna fuck us. Is the moment the Warforged cast the spell, we've been under a mind control that made it appear like the spell didn't work. But in fact, the spell did work, and it was just granting our desires of making them go away and not having to kill them.
You know with absolute certainty that that was indeed the case. And as your vision clears and you know once again that you have awoken from this dream state that you are in, once again, the sort of kingly looking figure at the end of the tunnel, who you now realize is Kyvius's father, having come back from the dead, beckons you closer so he can impart great knowledge about what remains on the other side of the valley.
Am I alone?
No, they're all there. Do you want to be alone?
No.
No, then they're all there.
Kyvius,
Kyvius is. Do you recognize his figure?
Yes. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I don't know what to do.
Who is it?
It's my father.
Don't.
Your father?
My father is dead. This is...
Don't lie to the marionette spider.
What does that mean?
That's the only advice we got. I don't know if it's related. I'm just losing my mind.
What advice?
I feel like I feel like even this is an illusion.
I feel like it's all an illusion. Morgaine? What
Yes.
would happen if we destroyed Shireen's brain?
you would kill Shireen.
I mean, that was our plan after, wasn't it?
Like, if we did, that would...
Hold on.
The figure beckons at you from the end of the hall and says, Kyvius, my son, come closer. It's me, your father, Mr. Malamir.
I'm going to go talk to him.
Not alone.
Sure, Kyvius. I mean, we should all do this together.
Shay will go with him.
His face is hidden by like a cloud, so you couldn't really see his features or anything. But he looks very fatherly. And he says, your mother, Urvius, and I love you so much, and we have lived in this beautiful valley beyond the mountain for decades. We are so happy that you finally come to join us.
That's not true. That can't be true. I know that you both passed away and you're something else. So please tell me what you are and please stop using my father's face.
I'm sorry, Kyvius. I just love you so much. And your mother, Urvius, and I, we cannot wait to see you. Big hug, please.
No,
Extend his hands.
I can't wait to see you either, but not like this. I need you to please tell me who you are. I know that the both of you are gone. Please stop this.
Listen, Test. Clavius knows that both his mother and his father are gone. He just simply asks that you show yourself.
You've solved my puzzle, Mr. Malamar says, and he metamorphoses again into the scarred face of Adeptus Welk, his chest bleeding. This one is much more regal than the other forms, and says, by seeing who I truly am, you have conquered the cause influence once and for all. We will draw back and retreat from this world. You have won.
Have we?
Were you really... You were veiled the whole time.
The Adeptus Welk blinks for a second and then says, yes, I was.
Is that accurate? 12.
No.
I think
It's not. This is a trick.
I think for doing this we all deserve a lollipop.
You all get 2 lollipops, which, when sucked upon, let you make one dumb joke and gain 100 XP.
One dumb joke?
Just one
Per lollipop.
per lollipop. Yeah.
What did Snoop Dogg say when you opened his umbrella?
No.
Forces
No. No.
For
He's not allowed
drizzle.
to complain. He's allowed to.
I don't know. What was this? Is this part of the...
I don't know.
There are. All right. Huddle up. There are several
Something
possibilities.
seriously going on here, yes.
Yes. Okay. There are several possibilities. One. We were mind blasted by Shireen. This entire thing. We are currently in her thrall. And our success in combat was not. Oh God, the world's changing again. I'm getting dizzy. Two.
Can I
Sorry.
interject for a second?
Yeah.
I don't want to be the the melodramatic character that I am, but I should be dying right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that should be happening.
Yeah. I shouldn't be seeing my dead father right now.
In a pink
I mean,
bubblegum forest right now.
I should stop breathing right now. It's a little weird.
You stop breathing, Shay, and you fall over.
Oh, okay.
But Shay was fine.
And then you are correct. It was just a hiccup. And once the blockage is fine from your throat, you pop back up and you're fine.
Okay, ground rules. No one say anyone else is
Right. May I ask a question? Does the Raven Queen like pranks?
The Sphinx reappears and says, I don't know about pranks, but she does love riddles.
Oh, do you have another one for us?
I conjure up the sword of 1,000 truths in my hand.
You only get 99 truths without rolling an imagination check.
I have a pretty vivid imagination. I have a score of +5.
Well,
You said it was sort of 1,000 truths? Yeah, you get whatever that is. Hang on for a second. There you go.
One of the well-known powers of the Sword of 1,000 Truths is that I'm able to almost slice through reality as if it were paper mache. And so I activate its ability to be able to see through this illusion we're in right now.
That's very smart. You do that, and again, with the fact that you are basically some kind of genius man, the illusion does in fact end once and for all. And having again solved the riddle that Shireen had to put upon you, you all find yourself reawakening once more at the entrance to the caverns, realizing that you are still well ahead of Karna, and that again everything is fine, etc., etc.
The fuck?
I wish to see the path forward.
Oh, yeah, you do. There's a lot of paths, and you see all of them.
Eerie,
Yes.
when you and I used to hunt monsters on Epitaph, what name did we call ourselves?
I don't think we didn't have a name. I don't think.
Oh, years and
You'd have
years
to
ago.
remind me.
Oh. I mean, you don't remember all those years we spent on Epitaph hunting monsters together?
I don't remember you being there.
Who was there?
It was me and Warren.
Damn, another theory down. Okay, sorry, I was testing you.
One more question. Eerie, how did I die?
But you're standing right there.
How did I die?
How did he die?
By death.
Eerie. Are you eerie? Don't lie.
Of course I'm eerie. Who else would I be?
And you know Eerie, of course, is telling the 100% truth.
Then how did I die?
I'm telling you, I don't remember.
Eerie
I
Helm.
don't know.
Eerie, how am I going to die?
The Sphinx
But
says,
you're not.
you can carry it everywhere you go and it doesn't get heavy. What is it? You're correct, it's a shadow!
Eerie. Alright, I guess I'll walk towards Eerie.
I think we're looking at the Raven Queen.
Please don't grab me. That hurt.
Can you control your character? I don't recall.
I cannot.
Oh, okay.
Eerie, what's going on here?
We're in the Stairs of Penance. We're trying to catch up to where we need to be, right? We just have a little bit more to go.
But we've already been here.
Yeah, we must flip back around.
When did we loop back around?
You can all move your characters now.
We can move everyone else's characters too. Haha! Eerie flies towards me and I grab her. Him.
That happens, yes.
Yeah, it does.
Eerie, what did I do?
Okay.
What do you mean? You've done a lot of things.
Hmm. What did I do that's gonna end me?
I don't know. Probably something dumb.
Mm-hmm.
But
Eerie.
you're not gonna die. Remember? The Raven Queen said so.
Eerie, what god do you worship?
Ooh.
Avandra? See? Right here on my belt. Would never forget that.
Does Eerie look any different?
Eerie doesn't have like his pirate hat on, I don't believe. In this, I'll have to change the thing, but yeah, Eerie doesn't have a pirate hat on, and I don't know, like Eerie is however you remember him looking.
That's not good.
Eerie, I think it's time we woke up.
But we're not sleeping.
Eerie, you
I
should
think
ambush
we are.
her. Eerie, it's okay.
I don't know what any of you are talking about. You're all talking crazy. I thought we had to go get Vale, right? To go save High Helm? Save all those people?
Yeah.
Who is Vale?
Oh, you mean Welk?
Who else is Vale?
Who?
What else is Vale?
I don't know what a Vale is.
Okay,
You're not Eerie.
everyone.
Who are you?
Yeah.
I'm me.
You are you, but you're not all Eerie.
Can you say your name?
Eerie.
I'm gonna pull out Chastity and shoot the kneecap of Eerie.
Oh,
Fucking
Yikes!
no.
yikes!
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Fucking yeah, you shoot Eerie. Can you give me an attack roll, please?
Jesus.
I mean, I think Eerie's possessed, but not like it's still corporeal.
Eerie, does 11 hit your AC?
No.
Yeah, fucking Eerie flutters away the last possible second as you fire your gun.
Eerie.
Unless, do you want to hit Eerie with that shot, or are you just aiming for him rather?
In Eerie's general direction.
Okay, but then yeah, you end up like not narrowly grazing the space where Eerie was. Not shoot him.
Stop
Eerie.
scaring me.
Eerie. Am I going to die?
I don't know. I don't see the future. Raven Queen said no, right?
By whose decree? I made a pact with the Raven Queen.
This song.
I know, right?
While Eerie is like struggling to come up with an answer after you shot him, Zect, you find yourselves looking through the doorway on the other side, and you can see very clearly that there are enormous monsters here now. And I'm going to roll for initiative.
Oh.
There's a giant like meteor shooting final boss looking dragon, and the bushwhackers that the whatever they were that you guys abandoned when you were looking for mounts back in High Home.
No.
They're back for revenge.
You crit your initiative roll?
Couldn't happen on a good attack roll.
All right, battle music, start. Cavius, it's your turn. What do you do?
Oh my god.
Are we in for a bad time?
We are in for a bad time.
Cavius, it's your turn. Or initiative.
Yes. Question. Do I
Yeah.
feel powerful?
So powerful.
Okay. I guess I just do something normal. Like fully rested powerful?
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
I'm so confused. Fuck it. Create a zone of darkness.
That is, yeah, that's a hit. Everything becomes very dark.
Okay. They can't see us, guys. That's my... I guess I move 3 spaces and that's my turn?
Okay. It responds with powerful blasts, like just the meteors, like it's Thanos style, where it just non-stop attacks just plummet near the ground near you. Does 7 hit your AC?
No, it does not.
No.
Yes.
Oh, Eerie, you take 5 points of damage, and you just suffer like immense wounds. Eerie, it's your turn. What do you do?
It's my turn. I rolled a 10.
Oh, sorry, it's Saigar. It's your turn.
I'm going to... take the Sword of 1,000 Truths, and I'm going to load it into my bow, and I'm going to imagine it acts a little bit like Yondu's arrow from Guardians of the Galaxy. And it's going to fire towards the Sphinx first, and hit every other target on the screen.
I forgot the Sphinx was on the map. What a powerful, incredible blow. You succeed at... Oh, you gotta roll your damage first.
I'd do it if I could. Again, one sec, sorry.
The name of this song.
I can't click on anything, one second.
I'm gonna take my staff and hit myself in the head.
Well, you don't want to do damage to yourself, though. Like, that's a little silly. I mean, okay, I don't want to make fun of you, Benji. I'm sorry. That's a little bit silly. This is a real intense combat.
So my sword jumps from target to target to target and hits everybody in the screen.
Oh my god. Yeah, you split the time so effectively that you do in fact kill all of them.
Including the Sphinx.
They all die, that is correct. But battle is joined by Princess, the dog from when you were children in the car.
We never had a dog!
This fucking thing bit me.
It did! And now it's Eerie's turn.
Can the dog have fur again?
Yes.
Be
No,
alive.
this is the one that was chained up inside the magic store, remember?
Right.
This is always a necrotic or whatever.
Yes, it, hang on for a split second.
And then I'm going to use my turn to... It wasn't letting me draw. I'll use my turn to give it a little hat.
Oh, nice. This is primo D&D. Good job.
That's my turn.
Nice. Shay, it's your turn.
Shay is not certain if any of this is real.
And when you think that, you are ambushed immediately by a giant hot dog man from the Mythro Chef competition.
Cool. She'll shoot the hot dog man.
You kill it. Oh, you gotta roll your attack. Sorry.
Excuse you.
Sorry, hang on, it's back.
You know what? Fucking.
You kill it. It explodes into hot dog flavored water.
Is there a chocolate starfish as well?
There are. You each receive one starfish, which tastes like chocolate. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
So, some of us have been to like the Feywild. Is anything in our senses triggering or memory or anything right now?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and roll Fey Knowledge against this Hellhound, figured if it's a creature of the Feywilds.
God damn it.
Morgaine that's a pretty deep hole, isn't it? It's a pretty lengthy pit.
That's the one that you came out of. So it's basically like however.
But it's
you want
it's a very long drop. It's almost dauntless, though, right?
Well, yeah, but it's not like as bottomless as the ones that you saw coming in, and it is very, very, very safe. Very safe. Like there's a ladder and stuff.
I'm gonna jump down it without the ladder.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Didn't they? Their group said it out loud. They said, "Don't jump in any bottomless pits."
You fall to the bottom, and everything is fine.
God damn it! What are we missing?
This is a good jam.
You skipped me.
Oh, it's your turn.
Sweet. Can I imagine I'm back next to one of those bottomless pits?
What do you mean?
Well, you said there were pits further back towards the entrance that had like no bottom.
Yes, but
Can I
again,
imagine? Huh?
that would be probably not great. I mean, your friend Morgaine just fell down one of these bottomless pits. Do you want to like ask him if it was again? He's obviously fine.
Well, he didn't fall down one. He fell down a pit that had a bottom. Didn't he?
I think probably. Morgaine, did you fall into a bottomless
It's
pit?
not as far as you'd think. It's actually quite a nice drop.
Okay.
The bottom's
Yeah.
trampolines. It's great.
All right. Yeah. I jump in there.
Yeah, you bounce on some trampolines for a bit.
See, isn't this fun?
I don't. But can the not be Okay.
Morgaine! Can you hear me?
Yeah.
How did you
Christopher.
die?
You don't have to yell.
How did you die?
I died.
Right, but how did you die?
By dying.
I already told you that. He died by dying.
I'm jumping down the goddamn pit that Morgaine went down.
The trampoline one, yeah, you bounce for a bit. It's really fun.
But there's no trampolines. It's just bottomless.
I think you're not paying attention to the combat that's happening. As you watch as this Pokemon creature in front of you evolves and becomes like a more sentient style of Hellhound, now anthropomorphic and prepared for combat and significantly more dangerous. Whose turn is it again?
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
I think it's Kyvius.
I think it's Kyvius. I'm gonna put these holes away. They're just too large on the map.
That's just a hazard.
It is a hazard. I wouldn't want you to fall while you were in middle of combat.
Warren?
I'm scared. Yes?
How did Morgaine die?
Hey, that one I know.
Okay,
I feel like I'm
give
the
me a...
only one who knows.
Oh no, me too.
He
Don't
clamped onto
say
the
it. Don't say all of it.
Okay.
But I got okay. You're still you.
When we were kids, yeah.
Yes. He gave someone a big hug.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yes. Shay, can you elaborate on that at all? But not fully?
He hugged me.
I don't think that's right.
No, I don't think that's
That's
right.
not right.
Wait, what?
Okay, Saigar, you know that's not right. Can you elaborate at all?
Without giving it all away, right?
Right, just add a piece to what we said.
Definitely rushed a metallic being.
Yeah. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Eerie, can you elaborate at all?
What do you mean elaborate?
Okay, exactly.
All
Morgaine, would you like to add any details to what we're talking about?
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Shay, one last
Morgaine,
chance.
you're into the combo. You're into the combat though, right? You're into it.
Yeah. I am going to get my sword out.
What the
and
fuck is happening?
giant fire blade that expands in size every 3 or so seconds, and he's going to slash through the enemies.
Wow, that is pretty good.
What?
You fucking slay this beast. Deleted you accidentally there. You all also gain another 500 gold pieces from that fight. What do you do next?
Can't do the more game voice anymore. It's gone.
That's okay, I hear ya.
I am going to.
Well, yeah, that's your turn.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Shay is still not certain what's real at this point. It's just gonna be like looking at her hands like, anything passing through stuff?
I'm not really sure I understand what you mean.
Like, are her hands like corporeal?
Are they normally would you want them to be corporeal?
I would like them to be, yeah.
Then they obviously are, yeah. Also, Binks meows loudly and jumps up on your shoulder and licks your face and loves you. A little bit bigger than you remember, in fact, too. Meow.
Warren, what are we missing here? We're missing something, and something is happening to everyone. And I feel like it didn't happen to Morgaine, and then it did happen to Morgaine. And I'm scared of who it's going to happen to next.
I don't really know. Can I see? This feels dumb. I like that all the people on camera are still fucked. Can I touch my halo to see if it I don't know. Can I? Is there a break the illusion roll? Is there a wake up? Can I spin a top and fall backwards?
You, as you are having this thought, a tiefling with pink hair and jorts appears, and he says, "It's I who have created this illusionary world that you are in. But never fear, if you can only accomplish the 12 trials, you will be free of it."
Is seppuku one of the trials?
Absolutely not. It says that would. When you wait, actually, hang on. What is a seppuku?
Suicide, sorry. Death by sword through my stomach.
That's a little bit dark, the tiefling says. So don't definitely no. So what do you want to go on oh, sorry, hang on. I have to tell you about the trials. The first one is something about stables, and you have to clean it. And Shay, you will be given this incredible, this powerful, arcane, magical bar to craft powerful magical items at the end of the trial. And it glows and shimmers in front of you.
To do what?
To create anything, including something that would free you from the Raven Queen's grasp forever. And you, Morgaine, and says and turns his gaze to you, you will receive this incredible portrait of a fish.
I've always wanted a portrait of a fish. Little known secret, fish is the house sigil of the Zephyrs.
That is completely true, he says. Do you want to begin the 12 trials now?
Yes, that's what we're here for.
Yes.
Okay, I don't see any other options right now. This is not. I am so sure this is not the way out.
I stab myself to see if it hurts.
Are you... Don't do that. Don't do that.
No?
I'd rather you didn't. Like, that's, again, we've got people who are watching this stream. I think that suicide is one of those, like, trigger warning things that we should be a little bit sensitive about. I think that you should, just have a little bit of respect for the various viewers of this show and try not to make it so dark.
I stabbed my arm.
But, like, in a gentle, like, no damage
Not
kind of way.
through.
What do you mean through?
You just like enough to hurt.
It doesn't hurt at all. You are completely fine. And everything feels really good.
Hmm.
Hey! Why don't all of us, since we're all fine now, why don't we all get together and summon our mount? What's his name again, Morgaine?
Zegelbit.
Is that right, Eerie? Is that his name?
I mean, I'm sure Morgaine wouldn't lie about it. We've had him for, yes.
Okay, well, since you're always the one that casts the ritual, Eerie, why don't you begin and start casting it?
Of course, I'll just draw it on the ground.
Sorry, what do you draw?
I'm gonna summon our Zaglebit.
Okay. Zaglebit appears in his normal form. What do you... That's him.
There he is.
I don't know what to do with this. I really don't know what to do with this. Morgaine is compromised, Eerie is compromised. I still don't know what's going on with Shay. And I don't know how the fuck we get out of here. Fuck. This all doesn't... We're in a pink forest, and we're being promised riches. This doesn't seem very Raven Queeny to me.
Warren, what do you think?
Well, what things haven't we tried to do yet?
We've tried jumping down cliffs. You've tried hurting yourself.
We
What about
haven't
hurting each
tried
other?
going further up the stair of penance. Maybe this is just one of the trials, and we have to go further. We're wasting a lot of time here, guys. We
Just
need
walk.
to keep going.
Just walk.
That's phenomenally true. But as you try to walk, the tiefling in Jort says, "Look out! It's one of the first trials approaching." And you see a giant space manta sail down from the heavens. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Shay's gonna shoot it.
How much damage do you? Sorry, make your attack roll.
All right. We'll say 13 damage.
That's really good. I think. Yeah, hang on. It has 1 hit point left. It's a fairly large bar. You might be able to see the end of the little tip there.
Alright, then Kyvius is gonna Eldritch Blast it.
Is it your turn? I kind of lost track. I think it's Saigar's turn.
Oh, okay.
Just a two shots fired at it. I didn't
Nice.
go off.
That's okay. You probably would have killed it with one of the 2 shots, right?
Sure.
Congratulations. That was it. Actually, it was supposed to be 12 trials, but it was actually just the 1. You guys succeed. And also, if I can just, I want to just level with you guys for a split second here. I want to say that this campaign has been really important and special to me. I think that we can all feel that the campaign is starting to come to a close now. And I basically want to kind of give you guys an opportunity, in your own words, to sort of wrap up how your character's story ends. For those of us who played Zect Quest, there was the scene right at the end there where it was very powerful and meaningful. We talked about what kind of happened to our character at the end of the story. And now that Adeptus Welk has revealed himself and told you that because of your heroism here in this forest at the top of the Stair of Penance, the end of your journey, the Ka was going to retreat, I want to know kind of how your character's story ends.
Well, I think Morgaine realized that family is first, and it's the most important thing.
Yeah.
So he decided to finally put family first and joined Karna in the Ka and really reunite with his family.
The Ka is great.
Warren finally gets that big showdown with the Sorothian he always wanted. And wins, of course.
Yeah, well, sure.
Right. But does eventually get too big for his britches and challenges Cord. And then when Cord shows up, he dies in 1 hit.
That's hilarious. But not the death part, though, because, again, I want to make sure that if we do, a sequel, like a Foundling 2, we're also going to have Warren as, a cameo character.
Oh,
nothing lethal.
I guess he could, lose the fight and be a pupil. I'd always wanted to get to ascend to, the other PC.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's a good way off the island.
Yeah.
So Saigar has been trying to get away from his noble upbringings for a very long time. He's able to see it fully through fruition, which is he's able to, from its core, dismantle the aristocracy in High Helm.
Wow.
So establish
stuff.
an actual democracy and get rid of monarchy.
Pretty incredible.
Shay takes the opportunity to delve into the mechanical arts and just starts building things and structures that just unheard of. Grant power and prestige and
immortality and great power and wealth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. That's a good one. Eerie?
Eerie's just gonna keep going adventuring.
Oh, nice. Any particular adventures that you want to regale the group with?
There was the time that we fought the 8 dragons at once, and the 3 worms, and the Leviathan 2.
The Revenge.
Oh my god, Leviathan!
Oh my god.
Sorry, straight face.
He came back for revenge.
It was like the Leviathan's little brother, just Leviathan 2, voiced by Sylvester Stallone.
It has a 2 health, 3 health bars instead
Yeah.
of
That's a fucking great ending, Yuri. Yeah, Kyvius, how does your story end?
I guess since he's been, it ends. So he continues on, and the epic battle that he saw himself in down the road takes place with his friends.
And again, you win.
And
Right.
we are all victorious,
Yeah.
discovering the truth of who was pulling all the strings to begin with. And in his mind, another epic combat takes place, and though it is a struggle, we are again ultimately victorious.
Right.
Not a scratch on any of us. And with the world at peace and everyone living in harmony, he would retire as a librarian in an arcane library, but get way too restless and need to travel around seeking out like books and stuff to add to his collection.
And again, that's a good hook for Foundling too. Yeah, I think that's everybody. You guys all at the sort of the end of your adventuring curl up for a long sleep, and I guess we'll wrap the campaign. That is it.
All right.
Good game.
See you guys
Good
next
game.
week.
Yeah.
See you next week? Question mark?
Oh my god, you actually left us upset. Let's just hang out here and listen to music for a bit. How you guys doing? Want to talk? We never talk anymore. But again, imagine as we're having like good, father-kid talk, that your characters are like nestled in bed. Everything is good in their lives. Everything is wonderful. You were
Morgaine walks up to Warren and is a little shy, but it's like, Warren,
Oh.
do you want to duel on trampolines?
Oh my god.
That's not where I thought you were going, but yes, I would love to duel on trampoline.
Can I Eldritch Blast the GM?
Again, I'd rather not have violence in this peaceful kind of.
Okay.
Do you want more monsters to fight?
Nope, I'm good.
Morgaine, I've always wanted to ask, would you be okay with me dating your sister?
Only if you have a Christian wedding first.
Okay, that seems alright. Which god is that?
It's all of them.
Okay. I don't know.
That's very poly of you.
Yeah. Like
Well-
our relationship will be.
Karna's so
Oh.
perfect. She was gifted by all the gods. Double bounce.
I like how the fucking music is in the double bounce kind of vibe too.
This music is killing me.
Kyvis, would you like some more riddles?
No, I don't want any more riddles. I want to wake the fuck up.
But you're not in a dream though. What has a head and a tail but no body?
A coin.
Correct, you got it. You all gained 2 more levels.
We won the campaign at level 11?
That's pretty good. Do you want to be higher?
Hmm.
Can I be like level 37?
Heck yeah.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Are you just saying that?
And slapping my face.
But not hard enough to like hurt though.
Yes, hard enough to hurt. I want to feel something.
I wish you wouldn't do that, because again, like, we're trying to have a low violence. I can give you monsters if you'd like.
Like, we solved all the problems. There's no more violence. Everything's happy.
You wouldn't want to hurt yourself.
I know. You're just lonely, aren't you? And Morgane's gonna get one of the messaging stones out from the pouch, and he's like, "I'll summon High Helm to keep you entertained."
Oh, nice. Yeah, who do you summon?
All of them.
Nice. Javi does his ritual, and High Helm appears in the middle of kind of where the town was previously. It fits though, because it's not really that big. I think we just fucking made Zect rage quit. Oh boy.
Yep.
Good. Listen, this is a fucking happy ending to the campaign. You guys are stressing way too much about this stuff. But Kyvius, now that you fucking slapped yourself around, you feel better, right? Like, you feel we're into this again?
Honestly, I really am, and things really couldn't. I don't know. I'm incredibly happy about the state of the world.
Wonderful. What kind of positive adventures do you want to go on now?
You know, really, I feel that I kind of owe the Fae a debt of gratitude because me or someone like me stole from them, so I would like to start an apology tour through the Feywild.
Do you want a tour bus?
Oh god, yes. With all, like, the bells and whistles, and, like, I would invite everybody else to come along.
And then, Ash, what does Saigar do?
I just kind of stand around looking around. I'm just in a bit of a daze.
Morgane's learning to dance with some burlesque dancers. Is particularly learning the movements of the can-can.
That's pretty good. Does like, is there a point where like you get human legs again so you can better do it?
I think he gets like plastic, like really plastic legs, or sort of like mannequin legs, just to like really sell it. They're interchangeable. A little bit of a skirt too.
All right. Oh, I love this song.
Not so good.
Cool. No, I'm really just sort of focused on like Saigar and Shay. Saigar, you suddenly feel intense fucking pain, and Shay is not in the channel, so the dream breaks, and I can assure you, Saigar, that you also find yourself coming to sort of your consciousness fading back in, and you find yourself pulling yourself back up off the floor, back in the back in sort of the underground city where the confrontation first began.
Oh, you're finally awake.
Steele, did you expect to do that for almost an hour?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I want to point out,
If he didn't, how
That
would he
was
not have
amazing.
so many environments and characters and creatures?
That's true.
that was amazing, but you little shit, I knew I was on to you right off the gate.
Oh, I know. I want to make sure people got on like 5 seconds in, so we didn't spend an hour doing it. But Shay is still unconscious.
I'll do the same. Give her a poke.
Although, yeah, none of us thought of a poke.
Shay, Zect, are you here or are you gone?
Huh? What?
Oh,
Are
he
you
is back in
here or are you
Discord.
gone?
What do you want?
You feel extreme piercing pain as your eyes snap open, and bleeding from the tip of his blade, Warren pulls his sword out from where he had stabbed you, and you have to like brush the fucking dirt out of your mouth from where you have been lying on the floor for the last couple of hours.
We were asleep.
Ow. Warren, what did you do?
I didn't do anything. I woke you up. I don't know what's going on, and I don't know how long it's been.
I can take a wild guess.
How long has it been still? About hour or two?
It's been about 4 fucking
Oh,
hours.
4 hours, yeah.
It's been 4 hours. Good news, none of you died, and they didn't take any of your things. Bad news, they're gone.
Why?
Which path did they go down?
Did I see?
They went into the northeast path, and they were there for about an hour, and then they fucking doubled back and went directly south.
This directly south?
Correct.
Why didn't they kill any of us?
Probably because they didn't feel we are worth it.
I don't.
I don't think they
They
see us
sh-
as threats.
They should know we'd wake up, though. I guess.
I mean, they wanted to. Some of them, at least.
I feel like this goes without saying, but Shay, the black, burnt, bloody mark on your forehead still exists.
Surprise.
Well, I guess we have to catch them then.
Yeah. Hey, Erie, can you contact the Raven Queen?
Why would I do that?
Also, that's insane. You cannot fucking contact a god with sending. I'm
Yeah,
gonna straight up
It's
veto that.
ridiculous.
Erie, you were never affected by this?
No, I've been awake this whole time trying to stop them from killing you.
What did you do to stop them?
Just to provide some information here in this long silence, I had just expressed to Erie that he was able to sort of prevent the group from like taking your shit or causing any harm to any of you, but I sort of just left it up for Claire to determine. He had a lot to read as soon as that power went off.
Yeah.
Did Gigas hurt any of them at least? Bought us some time, I suppose.
I mean, they were able to get away pretty much unscathed, and they have all this time to just kind of recuperate their wounds anyway. And we don't exactly have the time to just sit around and wait anymore.
No, let's get moving.
We need to go.
Erie, before we go, how did Morgaine die?
He melted?
Alright.
Why are you asking that?
Don't worry about it, it's a long story. Let's
A
go.
lot of bad things happened in that dream.
Yeah, I've got a headache.
Canonically, what powers did we use and have unavailable now?
Every single daily end power that you guys used in the fight is gone. Every geomancy card, everything.
Huh.
Okay, so it was that event there. Okay.
It was real up until the point that she used a power to knock you comatose.
So,
So some of them did go unconscious.
yeah. Okay, so everything up until the actual cast of the power was real.
That is
Fuck. So we were so close. God damn it.
Huh?
A couple of things I wanted to mention really quickly. First of all, there is no sign of Binks. Second of all, just from a meta standpoint as well, be aware that we're sort of like shoes another foot now, and you are now in a situation where any damage that you might have dealt to them is probably like healing surged away, but their resources have not been expended, and things have changed pretty drastically.
Well, we may as well take a long rest because now we're just fucked.
Hmm.
And
I
we're gonna
have
end
to
this
do it
session in like
looking
5 more minutes, so I'm gonna.
Like, cause like we're just fucked. That crit, you know, just destroyed us.
Oh,
But
and
in
also,
character
it took
decisions.
base.
It doesn't. But if we wait,
I mean, what's the danger? I mean, they're ahead of us now. Erie said it's been 4 hours. We're not going to catch them.
we take a long rest. I mean, Shay's already kind of told us what's going to happen.
Well, and that's
Y-
Look, it
you
doesn't
all,
mean you won't catch them.
you all should get your rest.
it
They
doesn't
spent 2
mean
hours down that one tunnel, then came back. They went the wrong way. It doesn't mean they didn't go the
oh,
wrong way again.
so they're only 2 hours ahead of us then, because they were.
there's still obstacles to be going through.
Okay, but if we catch up, you know, aren't we just dead?
If we don't catch up, what's the consequence?
I don't know.
Do any of us?
No.
This is extremely demoralizing.
Resting is admitting defeat, though. I mean,
Yeah, but you guys will.
Okay, then we carry on.
You guys
Like,
will
I'm
be.
all good for pushing forward, but like, I'm a robot.
I mean, we were just sleeping for 4 hours. Who needs more sleep?
yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna do this, there's no man left behind, and that includes you, Shay. So no woman left behind either. If we're gonna do this, let's do this. We all stood in front of Kana and we spoke our beliefs. Let's go fucking show them that we back them up with actions. I
I
mean,
mean, I don't see a reason to come this far just to give up.
I say we push forward.
You know, my odds getting a little heavy, but you're right. We should end this.
I'm still. I mean, at the very least, if we do lose, I have the ability to not play fair. We have the lamp, you know.
Yeah, but someone would have to be imprisoned in it.
Well, that's why I said if we lose.
It also takes 3 months of time.
Yeah, I know. Encourages me to know that even if I lose, I get to ruin somebody's life with it. That's good enough for me. Come on. Hardly anybody's even hurt.
You're right. We can keep going.
begin once more the long trek through the winding corridors of the Stairs of Penance. Easier to follow this time because you can see the footsteps, the heavy, slow blade being dragged down the ash basically that makes up the floor here, carried by Sawtooth, if you can call it carried. The heavy footsteps that Polo barely lifts, again, feet dragging along the ground, almost as if being led by a collar behind Shireen, who you can just imagine is just beaming away how everything went exactly according to plan. And with Zolt and Garrow and Shireen, at least one of those people looking back over their shoulder constantly, um, just to see and make sure that you're okay. You follow on the footsteps of the people who have been your friends and your rivals for basically your entire lives. And next time we bring up this campaign, next week, it will probably be our final session in this arc, and I will see you all next week.
Next time, focus Shireen.
Like we sort of did. We couldn't have really done any better there.
No, Warren's not being like downcast. He's just being out loud.
But learned something today. Warforged apparently can sleep.
Huh. That's true.
What did you dream of?
What everyone else dreamt of.
A lot of fun. Silly, goofy shenanigans. Them not killing us is weird.
Uh-huh.
That's really bizarre.
Especially Garrow.
I
Yeah.
now realize why none of the cards that I was waiting for was just counterspell.
Oh, Garo wanted to push Cavius off a cliff.
Yeah, I just like they knew we'd follow after them. Are they just trying to intimidate us again? Are they trying
No,
to scare
that's-
us so that
That is eerie sharing information. By the way, yeah, when you guys were comatose, they argued about Garrow wanting to fucking toss Kyvius off a cliff, and he got put in his place.
I think my best guess it would be Karna giving the chance to make good on the offer she made Morgaine, which is to turn around and go home.
Yeah. On the flip side, they don't know what the Stair of Penance is judging them on.
True.
It is very trial setup, right? They could just be being pragmatic about it, being like, well, we don't need to kill them, and if we do kill them, we might fail this trial just because we did so.
The good news.
There's actually some good news. Real quick. Hey, Morgaine.
Mm-hmm.
You are proficient in heavy armor.
Holy fuck, okay.
It was those few hours of sleep.
You learned it in a dream.
I'm happy that we'll be behind the people doing the puzzles this time. They'll be opening the way for us.
Yeah, I'm so sure there won't be any more puzzles.
I mean, who knows they're going the right way?
I mean, we just followed them, is all I'm saying. Yeah, that's true. They might not be going the right way.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Oh yeah, you needed to head out.
Yeah, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Hi, dude.
Fuck, like, I guess, like, if we